Lumaya.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you, bro?
Good.
Morning.
How are you?
Morning.
Good.
Morning. Good.
Yeah, I think gold's gonna, cause like, so we were talking about gold there in the chat. Gold created a high at like 1495. Like it tapped into that same high which was made on the 21st. Now essentially, like, it broke above this resistance here as well, and these are the first times the 1 hour candles are closing above 1492 after the 17th, like a week ago. So now this candle is coming out rejecting it. If support is established here, 1492, I think we're going to continue up to 1495 and then should continue moving bullish with the New York session momentum. That's kind of like what I'm expecting.
Yeah, look at the daily chart too. It gave us a real nice wick. Filled of the upside.
Yep. Plus, like the previous daily has no wick at the bottom, so now this tells that there's a lot of momentum. That's what it says. Like there's a lot of momentum.
Pain affects you in every way. Affects your mood, your energy level, your ability to sleep.
Oh, I thought there was someone on the mic. I was like, what? Who's so? Hey, how are you?
Good.
Hey, Tom Tuchin. Yeah, so you're gonna get a confirmation later on today. Hey, Tom Tuchin. Yeah, so you're gonna get a confirmation later on today. Yeah, gold. This is an area of rejection. This area, because look how many times it's been rejecting here previously. This is an area of rejection. I actually took a buy. Did I get stopped out? My buy is at break even, so there's no point having it on the screen. Yeah, I got stopped out. It was at 1492.60, and then it went up. I placed stops at break even, got stopped out. So I mean, this area has to hold support for it to continue moving bullish.
Yeah, 15 minutes is about to close bullish. So
yeah, lots of people are saying we hope GJ falls down. You have to understand that for GJ to go down, for you to take sells on GJ, candles have to close bearish.
Yeah, it's at a 4 hour support as well.
Yeah, like a lot of people, well, not a lot of, like 2 people two people sent me charts they sold over here that made sense, but after this candle closed bullish, there was no trade. Because you would have expected that one to continue down, but it didn't. And now,
Yeah.
see now GJ is back in this range which it broke in the Asian session. This is what GJ is up to. This is wow. See that? This was the support in the Asian right here. This kind of broke it. We had a retest, continued down, now we're coming back up over here. So if this closes up over here, you can expect the next candle to kind of come down and go up to fill this range. Or at least till this area, because there's clean traffic.
That looks nice.
Yeah, but you gotta wait for the candle to close above.
Of course, of course.
That looks super nice actually. At 30 pip range.
Mm-hmm. Bounced off a 4-hour support and
Copy, very good.
all the way up.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Just like a minor, what's that word? Minor, June said it. Yeah, minor relief.
You guys keep roasting each other in their hole, but
Well, he sucks, so I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, I have a sell stop at 138 on GJ. Oh, nice. It's far away. What time is considered pre-London? The time before London session. What other question is here? Oh, no more questions. Perfect. Yeah, so you know this one here is closing. Oh, man. Look at the 15 minutes closing below this. Oh, it's going down. Oh, shit. It's dropping.
it's just a pullback.
Even if I take it on the based on the 30-minute, my stop, yeah, it's going to be a big stop.
It's gonna be a big stop, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. No.
I missed it earlier. I was up at like 5.
Oh, nice. Yeah, me too.
Man, I got a gold sell this morning from 1494 too.
Nice one. See, I'd be okay to take GJ buys if the candle can come down till 139.500. There'll still be a big stop, 20 pips. No.
Yeah.
For GJ to go up, you need to break lots of stuff is hard. GJ is, but yeah, but like you have to understand, we're playing off the smaller time frames. This range, we're not trying to say, oh yeah, daily's gonna go back up. Of course not, man. Of course not. It's gonna go back up in the next 2 hours. We're just playing off the smaller time frames. Ooh, gold is. If gold rejects this area, this will be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade.
On gold?
Yeah, on gold.
Yeah.
It created a high coming down, create a support, and then boom, back up to retest this high.
I think if it breaks over 1493, we might see it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if this 30-minute breaks the high of the previous one, then we know for sure we're going up.
Oh, definitely.
Did you take a buy? Very interesting. Oh shit! What's moving?
Gold.
Are you in?
No, not yet. Waiting 15 minutes to close.
Okay. What if it just shoots all the way up, man?
Chain then.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Gold is gold.
Yeah, gold is gold.
I'm on my right for Luke. Morning.
Alright. Oh, waiting for gold. Gold coming down. TJ going up. Would it make sense to take a buy on GJ right now?
No. It's a big stock. I mean, if you want to risk it, but
Let's wait for this 15 minutes to close.
I'm thinking about it.
This is a good analysis here. Got support, got tiny resistance here, you got a sell stop, perfect. Clean candle down. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, GJ still has. If this 15-minute closes is bullish, then there's enough room for GJ to continue moving bullish.
Looks like it's gonna close bullish.
Wow. See, gold needed a bullish candle here to go bullish, but there was
Gold's just dying.
yeah, there was no bullish confirmation. Just
That previous 15-minute close was really weak, so I'm not surprised it went down.
Back into the range.
Oh, it would be a fake out. Oh,
ooh, GJ's going down
Oh,
too. Wow, we got
see, I told you it wasn't a good idea to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't take it.
Yes.
We are saved.
Yeah. Patience is the key.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. there's a lot of news going on right now still.
Yeah. Looks like gold is tapping into this area now.
If gold closes back into this range, it's gonna be a fake out.
Yeah, I'm staying away for this hour. I'm gonna wait to see how this hour closes.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Yeah, I've done that for the last 2-3 now.
Yeah.
It's been all over the place. I'm just concerned with the pound because I'm just trying to figure out what's going to happen if they give the extension from Europe. I don't know how that's going to affect the market, but that could happen any time.
So the extension means that they'll be okay with the delay.
Yeah, basically, it's near enough given that we're going to get the extension probably till the end of January. But that means we can also, if we decide on the deal between then and then and agree on it in Parliament, then we can stop that extension and just carry on with leaving like normal.
I think that should make the pound go up more strong.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out, but because it's hard to tell exactly.
Because the only thing is, like, I think the only reason why pound goes down with Brexit is when they move towards a decision, right?
Yeah, it was more. I think that the biggest factor was the potential of leaving without a deal, with no deal at all. That was on the cards for a long time because that could have happened.
Yeah.
But now there's definitely a deal in place, and actually it was agreed on yesterday. The deal was agreed on, so that's a good thing. It was just a time scale that they wanted to get it passed through, which was too short. So hopefully, if they get an extension, we can then talk about it a little bit more and then actually get it done, which then obviously will give a lot of positivity.
Yeah, I know that's
GG
right.
looked like it did a retest to the web.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. So I guess wait for this 15 minute to close. Only 5 minutes. 3 minutes.
Yeah. Remember you said if it goes down to the 500 level and then retest and whatnot.
Yeah, 500 is a good level.
It's gonna 5 minutes creating a range here, trying to create a support.
1 minute's already. Fucking why am I looking at the 1 minute?
Gold reversal.
Gold is just dying.
Yeah, that can happen too.
But if you look at the 4 hour Raja, it just tapped 1495 and it reversed the 4 hour candle.
Yeah, we saw that. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
for gold daily to go bearish, it'll need what, 28 more pips?
Yeah, it's dying.
GG's definitely heading up.
That could also make sense that if gold now stops to come back in this range.
Yep.
But I'm gonna focus on GJ.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Entered a small position here at 139684.
Are you targeting the top of your zone, Ryder? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
So,
Hello, Alex.
How you
Good
doing?
morning, guys. Coach, you're buying GJ.
Yes.
Go GJ. Ooh, I see how it's doing higher highs. The
Yes.
candles are doing that thing you say.
Yeah, higher highs and higher lows.
Yes.
This is only like I've put on like maybe 0.5%. 0.5%, and then I have buy stops at 139.740.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking to place buy stops above the 15-minute candle, the 15-minute wicks.
Yep. What's this? Took a trade here in London. After candle close, I entered, but it flipped back, and the next candle hit my stop loss and goes back to my TP. I was wondering if this happened because of Brexit. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, there was a lot of news talk this morning at open.
Yeah. Let's take a look here.
I just want Brexit to be
Ooh,
done.
closed it.
Jesus
Closed GJ.
Christ.
Yup.
I don't
Same.
like this candle close at all.
Hopefully it's finding support right there. Buying up.
Always been committed. Gold did a huge slam dunk. Huge. Euro JPY. Euro JPY is at a strong support on the 4 hour. It's got this support. It's also got this resistance here. It's kind of like in the range. For EJ, I guess you'd want to break above 120,600, because then you have this clean move that came down and you could target this move up. But right now it's just ranging. There's something about ECB, right? I think so. ECB. Let's take a look here.
You caught the EJ sales in Asia, Raja?
No, GJ. No, I stayed out.
Okay.
Yeah. GBP should get some relief. I mean, even if this 1 hour candle closes bullish, its next point of its destination is back up 139,900. Because now it's closing back in this range. For it to move up, you need to find support on the smaller time frames, which, you know, if the 15 minute starts to create a, like, I mean, the previous one did a retest, this one is forming like this.
Yep.
If they keep forming these supports, maybe we could get
So that's just left on your screen a little bit where that dip down is in the zone.
yeah,
The ideal.
then we get a nice swift push up. Right now, everything is at a decision point. Gold is at a decision point. So what UJ is doing. UJ has also entered this. So this is high traffic area when you look left. This is high traffic because the candles were consolidating here before. So when price comes here, you're like, okay, well, what are the chances candles are going to start to consolidate here again? That's the probability. When you're looking at GJ, when GJ clears this area, you look left, there's a clean candle that went down, and these candles, they tiptoed their way down. You know, so then you look at it in a way that, okay, so GJ has had an easier time coming down, so it might have equally easier time heading back up if it's coming up in this higher time frame range here. But UJ, you know, here price had a very hard time going down. So when price comes here, it's gonna have the same issues. It's gonna get stuck in this traffic here. That's what I like to call it. Like EJ, it's creating this range now. You know, so when this range is created, you draw a box, and then there's going to be a move outside the box. And you wait for that move. Either it's going to be a bullish candle closing above this box, and you can say, okay, well, you know, we got a candle going up, so the next one should maybe do a retest and go up, but eventually should go up. So then you say, okay, if we've closed back above the box, what's the probability it's going to continue moving up? Or if we close below it, what's the probability that's going to continue moving down? You know, and then you play off of those probabilities, like the 1 hour on GJ here, right? We had support. This was support all across the board here on the 1 hour, right? Like right over here, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, actually last week. So if this 1 hour candle closes back above the support, you know, you look at these points. These points are points of interest right here. This one, rejection. Candles came down, broke below, couldn't stay below, went back up. So if this candle closes back up, then you start to say that, okay, now what's the probability that this candle is gonna stay above this price and continue to go up? That's the probability you look for only once or twice a day.
Yeah, it's nearly identical to the left hand side of your screen now, Adam. Bottom, as far left as you can go, yeah.
Oh,
Nearly
yeah.
identical now.
Yeah, like this area here.
Yeah, apart from the big wick down, obviously,
Yeah.
but that process and then coming through and then continuing up.
Yeah. Posting my charts here, wondering if my zones are drawn out right. Feedback would be appreciated. Oh, I think, Austin, you need to send a proper chart. That chart won't open on my screen. So you go to camera over here, and then you copy this link. And the way to differentiate between the charts is that, you see, this chart has an X. If it has an X, I can open it. If it has chart written here, I can't open it. But if you send this code and this chart written here, I can't open it. So you need to send the code when it has X written here. Then I can open it.
Raja, do you know who I can reach out to when I'm having trouble with Trader's Domain?
What's happening? Yeah, the support team.
Yeah, support, man.
Because I bought a 10 set lot on GJ, and it's telling me that I'm down $1,200.
What?
But I bought a 10 set lot.
Weird.
I'm down 12 pips, and it's saying I'm down 1,200, and then I got negative margin.
Wow. Yeah, you gotta contact support.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I didn't buy a 10 lot or a 100 lot. I bought a 10 cent lot, a
Yeah.
0.10.
Yeah,
So
just
I'm afraid to close it because now I don't know if I'm gonna just blow my account if I close it.
well, just take a screenshot of the time, everything. Yeah, that's the first thing you should do. Take screenshots of the time, of everything, and then contact support. That's pretty weird. This one time I had buys on GJ on IC markets. I opened a 30 lot, and interest rates came. No, actually it was a buy stop. Buy stop got activated. It went up 12 pips, and I put my stops at break even. Price came down. It came to my stop, and it didn't activate my stop at break even, and then it went in negative. And then price kept falling, and the position was still open. It kept going negative and negative. And after, I think, 3 hours, it was down 100 pips. I was down negative 28,000. And I couldn't do anything, nothing. I literally saw the price fall 100 pips. and then I contacted support, and they said, yeah, our servers shut down, and this is a problem on our end, and this and that. I'm like, okay, so what are you gonna do about this then? They're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna refund you. I'm like, perfect. And then they refunded me. Muhammad Anwar, I think you should send a chart. You should send a labeled chart before saying GU sell or buy, or I mean, come on. We're all adults, so we need to do things which adults do. We're not kids. What broker was that? That was IC Markets. Brokers refund you if it's a problem on their end. Brokers won't refund you. Like, I mean, if you take a trade on news and you get slipped, and you contact the broker that, hey man, I got slipped, the broker is going to tell you to fuck off. Because it's going to say, well, first thing, you shouldn't be trading news. Secondly, they can't control prices on news, so you will get slipped and they won't refund you. But if it's a glitch where you can't close for a repeated amount of times, then, you know, they'll be like, yeah, it's a problem on our end.
I had one where a buy stop didn't open at all. It went past my price by miles, and on gold, I got refunded for that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it wasn't news, that was just a general buy stop, but it went past it pretty quick. I expected some slippage, but it continued up about another 80, 90 pips or something, but it didn't open at all. So I was like, man. So I just sent an email, and they were like, yeah, there's the money. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that's pretty. Yeah. Like I said, if it's their issue, they should usually help you out. On gold, my spread is 1.6. That's 2. Right, is yours fixed spreads, or do they fluctuate?
Fluctuate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's commission. I think there's a $8 commission per lot. Man, you know when people they trade demo and then they see my account that I pay commissions, they ask me, hey, why do you pay commissions? Because in demo you don't pay commissions. You know? It doesn't show, I know.
Unless you use a standard, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, MTA, your broker is really 40 pips is a lot of spread.
I think he uses the standard account.
That could be 4 pips.
Oh, even like okay, so right now my spread is fluctuating between 1.0 and 1.2. That's on Vantage. On Trader's Domain is 1.6, 1.4.
Yeah. Between 1.4 and 1.6.
Yeah. GJ spread is 1.5.
That's good, man.
1.4. see, while we're waiting for the 1 hour candle to close, see where it's closing, man. Look at this. Unbelievable. No trade. I mean, it could be if the next one, the 30-minute, closes bullish, then we can say, okay, support has been formed. But if the 30-minute closes back in the range, oh, actually, if the 15-minute as well closes back in the range, I will consider this move up as a fake out.
Yep.
Like yesterday, and then we'll go down. So now we gotta wait even more. Man, this waiting game is horrible.
Just trading.
Yeah, it's trading.
Yep.
What's this? Starting out live account. Is there any broker that accept American Express? Oh, I have no idea. Talking about American Express, don't trade with credit.
Yeah, man. Don't do that.
Don't trade with money you don't have, please. Please.
Dangerous. Slippy slide. That's a dangerous.
Yeah,
slide.
don't do that. That's like taking out another loan and just blowing it away.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
You'll see that.
Yeah, that's the most foolish thing someone can do. You know, when they don't have money and they want to take out a credit card and trade with that. Wow. Alright, GJ. What are you trying to do over here? Are you trying to bounce off this 4-hour support or what? Because here's the thing. If it's bouncing off this 4-hour support, which is a high time frame support, it should break the lower time frame. It should break a lower time frame zone.
I think it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Just patience for that.
Yeah. Because the thing is, now it's coming back into this ranging market, this ranging area, which is bad for trading. So this is bad for trading.
Back in the thorns, man.
Yeah, back in the thorns. I'm 100% sure there's someone who took a buy when I took a buy and they're still holding.
Oh, good idea.
100% sure someone has done that. You use Vantage, yes. Roger, just buy and sell at the same time, put TPs 1 pip away. Yes, we can do that. That was a fib sweet spot for short on GJ. Fibs. I don't know much about fibs there, mate. Let's try to draw fibs here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So if we break above the 236 area, we should go to 382. Is that how it works?
I think it's upside down, bro.
Oh, really? It's upside down?
I'm not sure. I don't use it.
I'm not sure at all. You said it's upside down. Let's put the right side up.
No, that was the right way.
Yeah, that was the right way, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm up. See, I thought it went sideways.
But I think one should come right here.
I've got no idea, man.
So the level up, the one should come right here, and And this would be a 62 level, I think.
Yes. Ooh, someone sent a chart. Alright, EJ, 4-hour chart. Right now we are ranging. This makes sense. Your target is good, makes sense. You're looking for a sell stop, I guess, below this low of the previous 4-hour candle, which makes sense. Yeah, basically it's just ranging. I mean, it's just ranging. There's no trade, guys.
See DJ breaking 139, 100 today.
Yeah. Does anyone know how to forget password on MetaTrader 4 demo? He was. You can't. You gotta open a new demo account. Alright, what's this chart? Oh, someone sent the wrong chart. Can't open it. What do you think about Fibonacci's? I personally don't believe in them. Want to hear your opinion. I don't use them, so I don't know.
No, me neither.
HD video, sexy hot video, IMO video. Hi. Hello. Oh,
Long name.
yeah, it's a long name on YouTube. His name is XXXHD video, sexy hot video. It's a porno channel on YouTube.
Yeah, don't click that one.
How? Have you ever used Elliott waves? I actually started reading about Elliott waves 3 years ago. I spent maybe I spent a good 15 minutes on it, and then I stopped.
Good 15 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
No.
Oh,
My bad. Sorry.
GJ is testing.
testing, retesting. GJ.
They should have that program so when you enter a bad trade, they have that Metal Gear sound.
That would be a good sound, man. Just tell me, I'll just do it. I've got like a soundboard. I'll just play with it. Come on by accident. Where's the good ones on there, though?
Yeah. Or when price is about to hit, just stop. Okay.
I've got some good ones for that.
Then you're alerted all of a sudden. Oh shit! What happened? There we go. There's our analysis right there, boys. For buys. Oh shit! It's pushing.
Yep. They've just gone into the meeting. They're all discussing stuff now live.
They're discussing stuff. Where's my MetaTrader? Oh, I still have my buy stop at 139.720. $139.720. Oh, this is the wrong pair. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea. We got, what, 20 minutes left for this candle to close? See how easy trading is? You have so much time to do whatever you want now. You have 20 minutes for this candle to close. There's no trade right now. Even gold, I mean, look what gold is. Gold came back down underneath this support.
Yeah, that 90 level.
Yeah.
Is pretty important.
Looks like a fake out, coach.
Yeah.
Could be. That range is pretty strong right now. It's just not really done anything since Friday.
what it did to go down till here. 1488. This is a fake out.
I think for New York session, your GJ buy should be good
Yeah, I think so too.
because it hasn't broken that 4-hour support.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Plus, like gold, also now I'm looking very attentively, is because you know this was resistance here. Then this price broke it. This came down. This tried to do a retest, but it closed back below this resistance. So maybe if this is trying to do a retest on a bearish 15 minute or a 30 minute, I think we could see a push down. This is what happened on GJ yesterday.
Yeah, very similar.
Perfect. So we got 2 trades to look out for. Got a gold sell to look out for and a GJ buy.
Hey Raja.
Hey.
Hey, considering timing though, right? So we're in the hour before New York Open, right? Would you still consider those trades viable, especially the gold one, or would you always wait until?
See, it depends. I mean, if the candles show that it's gonna continue down, and coincidentally, if that's close to New York Open, then that would make sense. Because then you can say, oh well, okay, well, New York Open is here, and we might get a push.
Okay. But like, would you like? I don't. It's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna develop that way. But like, let's say it develops in the way that at was it 7:30 for you guys? Like you have a good confirmation candle. Would you still take that trade, or would you?
No, I'll still take the trade.
Yeah, you can close before the hour.
Yeah, because I've never ever looked at, oh, the open is about to happen or this is about to happen. If the candles made sense, I'll take the trade. Because to me, if I wait longer, if I wait after my confirmation, then I'm just constantly thinking, oh man, I'm gonna miss the trade, I'm waiting for this market open, makes no sense, I'm gonna miss the trade, and I missed the trade.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just see if the confirmation is there on the candles and it makes sense, I'll just take the trade.
I mean, if you get a trade right, it could only, you know, it could last 2 or 3 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
And it could be in
that's
there.
true. That's true.
Awesome.
You know, I would personally get to times like that. I would probably close a little bit early if I was in profit and hold a runner over the hour. But
yeah,
it depends where you are at the time.
price is ranging, so wait, either break up or down, then go to next zone. Yep, this makes sense too. Perfect. Way over there to the left. Raja, Ted says if it's near a candle close for the hour, you should think again, as there might be reversal. Yes, but you have to understand where that reversal is going to come from. That reversal is going to come from the 1 hour candle creating a liquidity wick.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin! I see you, Martin! Trash this morning. Yeah, Black Box. Black Box is a very intelligent person, and he said it's trash this morning, and it's true. It's trash. Gotta figure out how to kill 15 more minutes here. Maybe I'll put a sell stop at like 1490, 80.
Mm.
1490, 80. Alright, I'll be right back.
Alex, I like your chart, man. Makes sense.
What happened? Nothing.
Gold moved a little bit. Apart from that, not a lot.
Alex P. GJ. Oh, you're selling GJ. Perfect. What's this 1 hour chart? Yeah, well, it makes sense then. Selling it off of the 1 hour, then perfect. I'm still waiting for this candle to close, see how they close. Don't take GJ buys because all JPY pairs are on short. Vikash, I think you've been here for a long time and you have never ever posted a chart. Never you've posted a chart. You come in here and sometimes you ask if we're buying or selling, or sometimes you say, oh, this is a buy or a sell. Doesn't make any sense. What's the whole psychology about candles closing above or below confirmation? Well, it's just simple basics. I mean, if you have a support and if a candle closes above support, then it closed above support, which makes it more prone to go bullish. But if it closes below resistance, then it makes it more prone to go bearish. That's the whole psychology which you learn on Baby Pips. Post ideas for discussion while we wait. Okay, Monty, here's an idea.
That's me.
Oh, that's you.
That's me. So I was just saying that to everyone else. Sorry. I sent an idea already.
I was about to give you an idea to talk about. What pairs you focusing on today, Big Balls Kev? Well, Big Balls Kev, we're focusing on GJ and gold. Oh, looks like gold is going back above that range.
Yeah, gold looks like a fake out right now.
Yeah, gold looks like doing a double whammy fake out over here.
On the 4 hour, gold actually looks good to continue up if it closes.
Yes, I agree with that, Alex. My initial bias was bullish until this whole move down happened.
That's like a double agent move, that is.
Yeah, I think that was just
You're Rakeel. Why are you looking at smaller time frames, man?
Who is this?
Dimitri.
I don't know you, man.
Come on, man. Daily close bullish. Come on, man. Of course it's going up.
Are you in a buy right now?
No.
Okay, perfect. Let me know. Let me know when you take a buy, so that I know it's going up. I don't want to see a buy 2 hours later. Oh, look, this buy I had. You know. Constantine. I mean, the 4 hour should go bullish. That's true. It has only gone bearish since it started.
So dark.
Stays above this area.
15-minute, Raja. The way I see things on gold, if you move to the 15-minute, the previous two 15-minute candles on my chart has no wicks at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. And then when you move to 5-minute candle, there is this huge wick here which just stopped the wick on this here to get liquidity, and it closed bullish. Yeah. So and it created this support right here, and it's you know.
Yeah, but it's on the 5 minute, you can see that.
Yeah.
Pretty clear.
So it's good for buys, then you say?
I think so.
Okay.
In a minute. Hold it.
Okay, mate.
I'm waiting for this 30-minute candle to close.
I mean, if you have an idea like this, have a stop right there, below the 15-minute candle, and expect the next one
91 would have been more.
To continue bullish. Ooh, GJ is going down.
There you go.
Nice.
For gold, I personally wait for this hour to close because this hour doesn't even have a wick to the bottom side.
Oh, that's okay. Even the daily has no wick to the bottom side.
What? Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Tom, are you cooked? Look at the
Are you cooked, man? Look at this. There's no wick to the, not even a little pimple. Nothing. You see, sometimes you see a little nipple. Nothing.
Man, you need to go to LASIK, get your eyes checked.
What do you mean, bro? Look at this.
Hey, nothing.
Nothing.
What? On the daily?
Yeah.
Okay, well, my daily is different than yours. I have a wig.
I think you have an eyelash in your eye. You see a wick over there.
No, I couldn't sleep like that. I just woke up.
Oh.
Because, bro, I'm just saying, you know gold, because next hour it could literally rip back down to 1489 easily. And then
I don't think so, because see, the 30-minute came down below 1492, right? And 1492 was a very strong level here in the 1 hour. And then this current 30-minute candle is about to close in 6 minutes. So if this closes bullish, this increases the chances of it now going up. Because it's closing... Yeah, because it's trying to close above 1492. And at the same time, you got the 4 hour.
Yeah, 4 hour is about reverse bullish. So
can go
boom.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, this hourly candle is just, you know, we can have a chance that it could come back to 1490 and keep going up. That's what I'm saying. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that can happen too.
Where's Ted, by the way? Is he here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Morning, Ted.
Morning.
Morning.
What's your view on that gold, Ted? After after that knock off the 90 level.
Yeah, so I've got a range between 1491 and 1497.
Yep.
The only problem is to the left. This is sort of our issue.
93.
This thing right here. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, I see.
Because technically speaking, we should hit this area here, but this stupid candle, it scares me.
Yeah, I see.
Because it was a massive whipsaw. I think that was NFP.
Well, have been.
But the thing is, I think looking, if this is the hour, if you go to the hour chart, if we look left to the hour chart, so that's the that was the candle that I was looking at. This candle here that will give us issue, but you can see if you go just a little bit more to the left, yeah, right here, that's your key candle right here. So that's where we should finish, because that's basically that's our supply.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
right. Because basically what that is that's a single tap and a rejection all the way down.
Yep.
So now when we're coming back, we should return to that level. So what you would do is you would turn around and say, okay, this is my zone that I'm trying to get to. And the problem is now that's the zone, but then what you have to do is you have to say, okay, well, I'm not that good of a trader, so anywhere over here is probably profitable. You have to be safe, right? Because you're looking at the initial, you're looking to your closest left, right? So you're essentially, you're looking like right over here, all that. Like these are nice to haves. Like this is like my Christmas list, getting into here, and this is like, hey, if I get up to here, I'm good with that trade. That's sort of what it comes down to when I attempt trades. Like, so you would say essentially this is like your
sensible targets and bonus target.
Yeah, and then this is a bonus.
Yeah.
Right. So that's sort of how I view the market. The reason why it's most profitable is because essentially what you're doing is you're saying that that these are my closest targets to where I believe that we're going to hit things, because they're my closest rejections. So with all things being equal, more than likely the rejection should be to that point. And then when you look at the higher time frames, when you go to like the 4 hour, or you go to like the the daily, you can see that we're starting to get momentum up into that region.
Yeah, especially on the 4 hour for sure.
Yeah. So like the idea here is, once again, this 4 hour should technically flip up into this region. Like that's sort of the idea, and we should get that probably in the next hour or so. But then you can see where you have your main areas. But then this is our initial targets over here.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. Yeah, cheers for that.
Okay. Yeah, that's sort of what I see.
Yeah, same as it's just when I saw that bounce off 90, it kind of got my attention a little bit. Which was, especially after the moves earlier today.
Hey Raja, can you check this out? Resistance zone, 4 hour trend line, retest of broken resistance, gold bar continues with a range of 1494. Yep. That makes sense. Alright. Oh, can't open it, Tom. I believe it's gold sells. Justin Milner. I think you should send a chart with that bias as well. If you believe it's a gold sell, what's your chart? Oh, in the next 15 to 30 minutes. Oh. This still doesn't make any sense. You need to send your bias. You know, when you go to class, like when you go to school, you know, you don't go to school and say, oh, I think this happened, this and this, you know, because then you're going to be asked why. What's your hypotheses? Why do you think the way you think? That's the most important thing there in trading. And when you say something, you have to back it up with facts. Even if those facts are wrong, you're still trying. Tap my entry. Oh, nice. Oh shit, this is moving, boys.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, that's good.
4 hours is gonna flip bullish.
I'm sure.
Gold hit a high reversal zone, difficult to trade now, many wicks in the past days. Yes, that is true. That's true. But I'm going off the fact that this move down was a impulse. I mean, well, it was like a retracement because gold made a high. You know, it created a high up at 1495, right up over here. Now it's trying to come down, came down, create some sort of support, 30-minute kind of close bullish, you know, which makes sense for it to continue bullish if you say that's going to now retest the high. But now when you look at the 4-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame makes sense as well. You know, because since it's formed, it only went bearish. So I guess it's time for it to go bullish a little bit. And as you enter this trade, you see it's at my entry level right now, this trade price. You also have to understand how much you are risking, because if you risk more than what you can afford to lose, you will be a very sad person at the end of the day. Because
Okay. If we move to 30-minute time frame, please.
Yes.
Would you not see this area right here like a issue? Those wicks there.
Yeah. That's why I'm only looking at the 4-hour chart, because it's based on the 4-hour.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm expecting, like, you're right, there is some sort of a minor resistance here, but
Yeah,
I'm expecting it to, I'm expecting it to push through. You know, still got some time in the 4-hour candle, got 2.5 hours, so.
And I believe your stop loss is below the previous 15-minute candle, or?
15-minute, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yes, sir. For how long should I stay in the market? That's up to you. If you work 9 to 5, you should be staying in the market from 9 to 5. If you have no job, then you can stay in market the whole day. Yes, that's totally up to you.
That's a bad idea.
I mean, staying in the... I don't even know how to answer that question, man. Because like 2 days ago, I was talking to somebody and I was saying, yeah, you should only focus on, you know, a few hours in the day. And he was like, but man, the market is open the whole day, man. This guy told me I can... I'm like, okay, you know what? Just stay in the market the whole day. Perfect. And that saved me a lot of frustration. See, GJ is neither a buy nor a sell. Even on the 4-hour.
We might get a bit of movement now for about the question time today, which is going on now.
Gold is neither a buy nor a sell on the 30-minute. On the 4-hour, however, it looks it's a buy, because this 4-hour candle closed higher than these candles to the left. So this current one with the New York open push should continue up.
But this 4-hour candle closes in 30 minutes.
Really?
Does it?
Is it closing at 1 o'clock or at 8 o'clock your time or?
2.5 hours.
I'm not sure. I think it's closing in 30 minutes.
Yeah. Even then, it's closing above the resistance. So we'll see. I mean, I gotta stop there, and I know what I'm risking, so it's okay. Waiting for confirmation on the 5 minutes. Let's take a look at this.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, Kavan.
Morning. Morning.
This looks good. It's a little safe idea, but looks good.
You didn't take any other trades today?
No, I'm in gold buys.
Okay.
And I got a buy stop.
Gold buys are good, but I wouldn't hold them too long because I think it needs to push down a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm just watching. Like, I'm in a 4 pip drawdown. It's not a big deal. And I got a buy stop at 139.720 on GJ.
It looks nice the way it's forming. Yeah.
Is gold profitable today if I go for a buy? Why would you take a buy on gold? You need to explain that theory. I'm in a buy on gold, and I know exactly how much I'm risking. So you need to understand, if you take a buy on gold, how much are you willing to put on the line, and is that the only trade you're going to take? At what distance does price go green when it's close to your buy stop? When it hits your buy stop, or when it crosses over with the spread. What? Oh, GG's moving up over here.
Now if your stops, mate, right?
Yeah, close enough. Like 10 pips away.
Go with.
You let your trades run if you're not on PC. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm monitoring them, watching them. When you place pending orders, what do you consider when you place a stop? Well, okay, so this buy stop is above the high which GJ tried to make. You know, so if GJ is going to break this high, then it's going to take this position with me over up to 139,900. I have friends who have gotten activated 8 to 10 pips prior. Oh. 8 to 10 pips is a big problem then.
That's a big spread.
Yeah, that's a big spread. What's this? Gold 30 minute. Valid setups. Buy stop at 1493. Good job. Sell stop at 1491. Excellent job. Before activating stops. This is good. Nice. Seems like you're learning. Explain your thought process placing stop loss with buy stop. Yeah, so if my buy stop gets activated, my stop loss is going to be 10 pips. There's no scientific process, you know, honestly. But the thing is to know exactly how much you're losing on the trade, what you have on the line on the trade. That's the most important thing. For gold, I know I'm risking 200 on gold buys. That's what I'm risking, provided I'm already up for the month. You know, I'm up like 14,000, so I can afford to risk $200.
Yeah, plan with profit.
Yeah, plan with profits. Do you always use 10 pips for stops, or when when it gets activated? I wish there was a way to ban Vikash, because Vikash comes here and he just looks. Yeah, he always looks for who's taking what trade.
Denied. Ever use trailing stop on your buy stop, Ryder, at all? Because I know you're sitting there watching it, but just in case it jumped up real quick.
am I going to be trailing it?
Oh yeah, just do you sometimes use a trailing stop, like you know the automatic style one that will just follow it up by itself, like 10 pips?
Oh no, I'm just gonna adjust it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried that a few times. It's worked pretty well, especially when it's been a fast move.
Yes. GPY about to explode up. Yeah, I think so. I believe so. See, 30 minutes is back in this area now. Should go up. Why did you stop using EMAs? Because they weren't really. I think I started relying on them a lot more than candles themselves, so I stopped. Yeah, so if you're having problems with that stuff, with you being down more than what you should be, you should open your MT5 on your computer, and the problem is going to be solved. Such garbage trading conditions today.
Yeah, it's a bit slow right now.
Do you have any idea about blue FX? Nope. Could be a good time to close gold? Question mark. Well, if you want to close gold, you can close gold. When you began, how much knowledge was gained from the backtesting, or did you learn demo with live data? I did demo for like 2 weeks and then I went live. Do you see my chart? No, I don't see any links. Why not 55? Why not you watch the description video, the rules? Here, I'll post it. Watch this first. If you don't watch this, you can't post charts. I'm demo since August. Gonna wait till the 8th December webinar. Go live with 2k euro. That is awesome, Tom. Tom, I think I'll be able to give you a. I'll give you an early access before the 8th. So we'll do that. Gold. See the 30-minute candle here. Previous one closed bullish. You know, gold made a high, closed bullish. So if this continues bullish, the current 30-minute candle, if it closes bullish, then there's a higher chance for gold to continue moving up, and that can in turn move the 4-hour candle bullish. But if it stays bearish, then there's no bullish trade, in my opinion. Like, I mean, not a big drawdown on gold. I mean, it looks big, but it's not big. It's like, what, 5 pips? I'm new here, was using Elliott Wave, not working for me. Well, if it's not working, then maybe don't use it. Elliott Wave. Alright, what's this? Overall bearish bias. UJ 4-hour resistance. Stop loss will be here. Yeah, looks good. I mean, now you gotta wait for some candles to turn bearish. Maybe on the 1 hour you can see. Alright, I closed gold. I'm not going to deal with this. Oh, nice. Someone saw the video and they sent a chart. Nice. Let's see if it works. Oh, nice. What's this? 30-minute candle failed to break previous high. Price fails to break previous low. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. I mean, I just didn't like it anymore on gold. Decided to leave it alone. I mean, if it starts to go above 1493, then yeah, it makes sense. But right now, no. Or even above, you know, 1493.20, because that's going to be the turning point on the 4 hour. And once 4 hour gets to the turning point, like when it turns bullish, then it's going to have an even higher chance to fill the wick. But for now, I think it was an early entry for myself, you know. Any idea why crude oil inventories is low impact on Forex Factory? It shouldn't be low impact. What's the day today? Wednesday. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's not low impact. This is a glitch on Forex Factory. It doesn't really matter if it's low impact or high impact, because you know, if you are if you've been trading for a while and if you've traded crude oil inventories for a while, then you should know they're high impact. This colors here, yellow, orange, red, this shouldn't mean, I mean, you shouldn't let this phase you, because if it's news, you should understand, okay, yeah, this is going to be strong news, weak news. Like, look, flash, PMI, we know this is a important news event, it's yellow. CPI as well, CPI is also a important news event, but it's also yellow. Beep, 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 beep. Wow, will this 30-minute candle flip in the last 5 minutes? Or will it not? Will it flip in the last 5 minutes? Or will it stay bearish? Find out in 5 minutes. Ercads crederes nobel tajas, Francis. What's this chart? GJ 15-minute. Oh my god. You know what you did? You entered right over here. This is like my entry on GJ this morning. Right at resistance. I took entry right at resistance and then I closed. I'm like, what a dumb entry, and then I closed. Yeah, I don't know, man. This could get, I mean, if this support holds down here, which I think it should, then GJ should continue bullish. This is good. People are sending charts now. This is why we are here. What's this chart? GU. Oh, someone wants to buy above this. This is good, I trade. This is a great trade idea. You're gonna buy above this resistance. Your target is up over here. I think the reason why, because you have a clean candle which came down yesterday, so you're targeting the same kind of deal up over there. This makes sense. And there we go, gold is moving up if you look at the price. But I'm already out. Will I have FOMO? No, because I gotta do back and biceps today. I sent
Close
this.
your gold, Roger, did you say?
Excuse me?
Did you say you closed your gold?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, someone's looking for sells on gold. TP1 at 1487, TP2 at 1481. Interesting. Yeah, well, you know what? This makes sense if we're rejecting 1495. I mean, if you look at it from a, yeah, if you look at it from a selling perspective, 1495 has been rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 4-hour candles. Raja, look, UJ. Okay. Let's take a look at UJ. UJ looks like it's about to break up over here. Yeah, UJ is ranging just like we said in the morning. This is a high traffic area and there's a high chance UJ will start ranging here.
Yeah, just watch that hour candle.
Yeah. I mean, gold needs a strong bullish candle on the 30-minute. Oh, it looks like a lot of people are looking for more buys here on GJ. Yeah, gold needs a strong 30-minute bullish candle close. 1-hour candle is closing bullish, but you know what, Chris?
Yep.
This seems like the way it's closing below 1492. You know?
Yeah.
Which was a
Which was a couple of minutes left.
No, I don't know.
A couple of minutes left yet. I've kept one open. I'm at break even at the minute, so.
Yeah.
Are you on the right Wi-Fi?
JC, put yourself on mute, man.
Maybe John, dude. Getting told off by the teacher.
JC. JC is going.
That was like my video from before.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Why'd you kick us out? It was free.
JC is using all the internet speed for trading. He's like, oh, I don't know. Have you had withdrawal problems from Vantage? No. I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. Are you with IC Markets? Yeah. You have any withdrawal problems? No. Are you with Traders Domain? Yeah. Have any withdrawal problems? No. I mean, I'm not going to be with the broker if I have problems.
It's always funny listening to those comments or reading them. Like, you have withdrawal problems. What is this? What is that? It's like, honestly, if brokerages were having withdrawal problems, you wouldn't have to be here to hear about it. Yeah. It would have been already all over social media, all over the internet, everywhere. I think I always have a good chuckle with that. It's just like Vantage has been around for a very long time. IC Markets has been around for like 2 decades, so it's sort of like they're not going anywhere. You know?
Yeah.
If there's any withdrawal problems, usually it's just more of like customer service. Like even like us, if the withdrawal's been like, we usually process withdrawals within 24 to 48 hours. If on chance it's been a little late, it's slipped through the cracks. It's been human error. Like that's basically it. And usually people email us and then we're like, yeah, sorry about that. We'll take care of it.
You can't be perfect all the time, mate.
Yeah. What's your withdrawal plan? Aaron, you need to make the withdrawal plan. That is something subjective to you because you may need money more than I need money. So you need to figure out what makes sense for your withdrawal plan and the way that you want to execute your trades. It's very important. It's like, do you like hot soup or do you like warm soup? Well, define warm. Well, define hot, right? It's the same scenario. What works for one may not work for another. I think that's what we have to come to the understanding with trading and also sort of money management. Some people want to have a withdrawal every week because they can't control themselves. Other people can control themselves, so they withdraw once a month. Some people, want to hold their money in forever, right? So they don't need it. So it comes down to like what you need in terms of your lifestyle and in terms of, maybe you need to go out this weekend, so you want to withdraw, so you do a withdrawal, right? Maybe you don't need to go out this weekend.
Posting the program.
Yeah.
Never know. Nice, low today.
Man, been following gold since this morning. Oh shit, what's happening? Wow.
Was it on TV or was that real?
No, it's real. It's right, right outside my window.
Oh, was it? Man.
You never see 3 fire trucks go side by side.
Climate change.
Yeah, climate change is making fire trucks go wild. This is the resistance on gold. Now, what I'm wondering is, why did it break up just to retest 1495 to go back down? Is that what it did? Because it came back below this resistance. So this question is just going in circles in my mind. Why? Because if it goes down, it's going to go down, fill this wick, and it's going to go down to this area, 1488. But if it closes back up, it's going back up to 1495. Man, Roham, FBI is going to come and get you first thing when they come to Iran. They'll ship you to the US. Imagine the capture mastermind trader in Iran. His name is Roham. So much waiting involved now. So much waiting. Because look, you look on the 30-minute. Look at this. Nothing. Came down, now starting to range. I mean, what do you do? What do you do here? The only thing you can do is maybe have a buy stop at like 1493.55. That's still like 10 pips away. I mean, I got a buy stop on GJ right now at like 139.720. That's it. Other than that, had 2 losses today. Am I going to overtrade? No. GJ buys, question mark. Hasnan Tahir. Mr. Hasnan Tahir. If you are new to the stream, if anyone who's new to the stream, or if you joined today, if it's your first day and you haven't seen this message I just posted, watch this video. Ooh, someone's still holding gold.
Yeah, I'm still in still.
Nice. Yeah, because 15 minutes is now breaking the high of the previous one.
No, I was watching on the 5, so.
Oh.
I've just gotten a little bit earlier than you did, but I'm only just in profit by about 3 or 4 pips, I think.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I thought it was going to break up quicker with the hour, but it kind of hasn't. So it's probably just going to end up at break even, I think, unless I get a jump.
Yeah.
I just like that bounce off the 90 zone, off that wick. and how it reacted to that quick.
Mr. J Bubble, you cannot post links here. Watch this video.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, shit, it's moving. This music.
One pip at least, so that's good.
Yeah. Finally, we have the wick break.
Now 4 hours going bullish. Look at that.
Might be a good call, actually.
Go on, gold.
Come on. Right where it is now, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
That's 10 pips now, so that's done nearly. That's lovely.
1493.50. Gold now has chance to 1495. Yes, I agree with that. Now when you look on the 4 hour, this is going to continue up and fill the wick.
That's a good 4 hour candle so far.
Yes. That's an absolutely lovely 4 hour candle.
Nice. Broke this one as well.
Yep. Like that. Thank.
Go on, gold. Oh, moving.
Yep. Broke all the wicks. That's a good shout.
Yeah, if you go into the hour candle, exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah, it's gonna go up.
Your first range, we were breaking this area here.
Yep.
So now it's on its way.
Yep.
Yeah, so like I said, your first target probably over there or whatever. Yeah, it's easy trade.
Yep. So with that little rejection and stuff, it's good. Put up a good chance. It's just breaking that first zone, which was important. Once you got past there, I didn't think there was much to stop it really.
I don't understand why my gold trade is above yours in price, because there's spread. This trading view does not have your broker spread included on your trades. Yet every spread on every broker is different. So it's just something to keep in mind.
This is a nice 15-minute candle. Straight bullish.
Yeah. Yeah, real good.
I was about to put a buy stop at 1493. Well, you can still have it right now.
Yeah, a little bit of money.
Yeah, if you have it right now, like you're only risking like 10, 11 pips for like a 15, 20 pip gain.
Just be careful if it gets to nightfall, because it could quickly jump back off there quick.
Ooh, GJ's also coming up to my buy stop. Oh, I guess in hindsight, this was a trade on this 30-minute candle. Damn. Done for the day now? Question mark. Yeah. Mostly. Just got this spiced up. The song is on repeat because we do repetitive things.
Yes, we do.
What's this chart? Oh, nice buys. Very nice. Gold is moving bullish and you look at the weekly, you can just say weekly can probably head up to 14.98. Fill the wick.
Yeah, I was looking at 97-ish.
Yeah.
And then wicks at the bottom line.
See this earlier, yes.
Oh, I didn't know if you saw it earlier, that's all.
Yeah, no, I see everything. Yeah, I see everything. If things look right, I just don't really comment on it at all.
No, that's cool, dude.
But I'm quick to roast people though.
Well, that's probably good you didn't mention it.
Yeah. When things don't look right, I just start roasting. Tony talks. I hope Tony talks executed. But like executing more will enhance your, I don't think more, but like if you start executing, then you're going to start to know, okay, where your problems are. If you don't execute, then you won't know where your problems are, even when your analysis is correct. Because having correct analysis and entering a position are two different things. All right. Start the new 15-minute candle.
Yeah, let's see this go above that. 3.5. Go.
So Rakeel, that last bullish candle was what, the 8 o'clock push?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, would have been, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wrote that down yesterday at 8 o'clock, your 1 p.m. No, my 1 p.m.
Yeah, your 1 p.m. push.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 p.m. What, in Britain?
Yeah, in Britain. Yeah, that's my new bank sound. I like that one. Well,
Do you understand the log? No. Do you respect the logic of continuation patterns? I'm not sure what that are. 1495. Well, I think a safe target is going to be like 1494 and then 1495, because as you move up, you approach areas of.
Just now, because of I just want to make sure I get something. That's the first one I've done for today, so I'll let the runner go. Target 95. Or just below that, probably, actually.
Yeah, probably within the next 5 or 6 minutes, you'll get your answer. If we're going all the way up to 1495.
Oh yeah. Look at that 5 minute.
Yeah, so if that holds, that will be your push with that 5 minute candle.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll bank 110 there. That was kind of a heads up, it could come back now.
Is 1495 take profit too high, you guys think? There's no such thing as too high or too low. It's probability. You aim for things, and if they don't come through, you adjust as you go. That's it. Do not, you put a target out there. Your target is your initial idea, so that you know when it reaches that target, that was what you were aiming for the day, and that's when you close your trade. Now, if you don't reach that target, as it's moving, this is where you evaluate your trade, and you make a educated guess on, well, I'm not comfortable with the way this time frame is forming. I'm not comfortable that there's news coming up. Different levels of ideas to say that, hey, maybe I should exit my trade. And you have to make that decision as the trade is running. And sometimes you're going to be right, and sometimes you're going to be wrong. But in the end of the day, you're going to do what was best at the time for you. And you have to get used to doing that. You really have to. There's such a stigma associated with, oh, I closed a trade early, or I didn't fall, I should have let my trade run. If at the time of your trading, you're not comfortable with the trade, then you close it. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to answer to anybody. Like, I don't understand the stigma with people when they make decisions, that they feel guilty for making that decision. You shouldn't feel guilty. You should feel proud that you were able to clearly at the time think through a process which made you comfortable. And I think, you know, a lot of people forget that. They think, well, because I have a take profit, it has to hit. What if it goes to 7 pips and reverses all the way? But at 7 pips, you saw the 5 minute candle forming and starting to drop. Yeah, like, it's okay to close. Like, just get used to it. Like, get used to just closing. It's perfectly fine.
We do it. Rakeel does it every day here as an example.
Yeah.
When he doesn't see candles going his way, he gets out.
Yeah,
or when his TP doesn't hit a zone, he knows it might not hit it, he takes profit.
Yeah, exactly why I took that. I just took it then. I was just at 10, and I thought there was 3 candles to the left. I think it was on 15 minutes or 5 minutes. Sorry, actually, across to the left that were bugging me, and I was like, no, I'll take 10 there, and then just leave a little bit running just in case. Now it's come back, what, 3 or something? Probably more.
I don't know. I just think people care too much about everything else other than actually just either preserving capital or making money.
Well, I think it's the target. That's the thing. I think you must have a set target. That's it. There's no between, if that makes sense. It's just if I don't get there, I've lost. It's lost.
I know it's such a weird mentality. I've never had that mentality when I'm trading. If I don't like the way the trade's going, I close it. If it goes to my take profit another 100 pips, oh well.
But yeah, that's what I mean. You didn't budget that, did you? So I mean, if you just happen to have a runner, brilliant.
Yeah.
If you budget it to a certain level, that's what you have.
It's just such a poor attitude. Like I don't know. I guess because once again, people haven't gambled in their life. Man, there's days where the game was too tough. You just leave. You make $50 profit. You just leave. You're like, thank God. Like, why sit there and kill yourself when you're in front of a bunch of sharks? If market conditions switch midway through your session or through your trading, get out. Like, it's okay. Like, dude, tomorrow's another day. Like, I don't know. It's just really weird. It's I guess once again, I just don't understand that generation.
I was going to say, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's a generation thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what I do as long as it's good for me. Like, be selfish.
It's all about me.
Yeah, it's all about me. Like, I don't care if you guys lose. I care if I win. Obviously, I'm going to help you win, but I'm not going to turn around and cry if I take a loss or anything like that, or if I close a trade too early. Like, I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's saying, if I was aiming for 95-ish, then I think I'm just below. And it's like, well, it doesn't matter. I'm not done for the day, but it's just already helped me out pretty well. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if everyone can write down, like, I always looked at it this way. This was one of the quotes I used way back, is if you see your neighbor's house on fire and you see your house on fire, which house are you going to save first? You're going to save your house. Even if your neighbor's house is on fire, you're going to save your house first. That's how you should treat trading. Like, your account balance is your house. You're going to save it at all costs at this point.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so true. Just save your house at all costs. Like, that's your goal. Like, to make sure that your house is protected. Any which way you can do it, you do it.
If you do it that way, you can actually afford to have a few cock-ups too.
Yeah.
Because you're bound to do that.
I just worry for a lot of people.
Yeah, I see Roger's not complaining. I think he closed that one in on a shut. I think. I can't remember for sure.
Yeah, he closed his
one open, and it's just, it's just how I felt about it. He was slightly different, and still live to play tomorrow.
Yeah. So very true.
And it is always the way that now this candle will shoot up to 95, and I'm like, well, it's just typical. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Life, man.
Yeah, I want people to succeed, but I feel as though they don't know how to succeed.
Did you guys hear about those 40 bodies found in England in a truck?
Oh,
that's
40.
That's 39.
Yeah, 30. Well, I round off.
Yeah, dude, that was serious.
That's crazy, man. Over there, somebody taking bodies and putting them in the truck, man. Be careful.
Yeah. Worst thing is, that took over the Brexit talk as well, would you believe?
Oh, really?
That was the main news.
They should do that for people who overtrade, like just put them in a truck.
Put them in a truck.
I don't know. They're trying to figure out whether it's like people smuggling or something, like immigration thing, or someone trying to take people for workers or something. Yeah, bit strange, though.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Go on, gold.
Hey, Nick, go fuck yourself. He's like the nerdy motherfucker.
He's the nerdy know-it-all.
Yeah, the nerdy know-it-all.
Funny.
I am the nerdy know-it-all. I pride myself in knowing everything.
Fuck,
I
man.
don't think you're a nerd, though.
This nerd has made me money, so I like nerds.
I like how people should listen to nerds like this.
Yeah, nerds make you lots of money.
Nerds tend to be the brightest people. To be
Oh, of course, man.
I just got no rep.
Do you know what a bugger is? A bugger? I know what a bugger is.
What a bugger.
A bugger.
Bro, I'm in the second season of Top Boy. Now I know why you say bear before anything, guys.
Yeah, Top Boy.
I
Like when they say in it, and everything.
In it,
That's
mate.
the youth. That is the youth for today.
Okay, so we're coming towards the half-hour close on gold. So look at in the 30-minute chart. You will see that you're in a zone to the left. So just keep that in mind, that if you have profit on gold, you should be looking to close the position because it could rip down at any given time. The 5-minute candle did have a wick at the bottom, the last 5-minute candle. This 5-minute candle is struggling, so you may find that it might tap back into that region before it continues to push up. But there is, it seems like a very strong level that we're entering into, like the 1493, 1494. So just be
I
very.
see that like it hasn't gone higher than that since October 11th.
Yeah. So what you might find is the next 30-minute candle may shoot up.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So it's already doing what it was supposed to do. I was gonna say I was just gonna say it may shoot up to here and then bounce right back down there very quickly. So just something to be careful.
That's exactly what that potential is. It's not.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
And like you know, with gold, it turns so quick. So you've got to be so quick to stop it. I wasn't going to wait till that. Just that high.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at that drop.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ted.
No problem.
I had 12 lots running, and as soon as you said you should close, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. I closed it.
Yeah.
I closed it in like 2 pip profits. So like, fuck it. Oh.
Yeah. That's the nerd in me.
That's gold all day. That's perfect.
Oh, GJ buy stop about to get hit. Alright, I closed my buy stop. Already taken too many trades today.
Yeah, you just gotta watch the timing of things.
It's not being a market mate. They're the people in this basement.
Yeah, stupidness like that happens all the time.
Yep.
Wow. I can't believe remained to stay safe in this stupid market.
And if you're looking at that, so this is a perfect, this is a good teaching lesson. If you look at your 5-minute candles, you'll see sort of what happens with the 5-minute candles. What I look at is we were struggling right over here. And if you notice, the wicks on those 5-minute candles are basically identical. So when you start seeing things of that nature and you notice that we're not breaking above, it's almost certain that there's going to be something stupid like this is going to happen. And the fact that we're coming close to the half-hour close, that's where, we always see that kind of impulse move. It's not indicative of a trend change. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think we're going to drop now to 1491 or 1480. But I mean, it's just always be aware of where you are in the market so that you can, sort of get yourself out of that trouble. If you're trading and you're going for 10 pips with gold and you're able to just get out really quick, I mean, that's it's something to keep in mind, because you put that all together, and if you back test enough on like gold, like usually we get that 15-minute push, and then the last 15 minutes of the first 30-minute candle in the New York session pulls back a bit, and then what you might find is this 30-minute candle now will continue to move. right? So what it allows you to do is it allows you to double dip a bit. When I was really aggressive with my trading, I recognized this back like 3-4 years ago, and you could get out just as the candle closed, and then what you would do now is this 30-minute candle, if you look on gold, is going to fill that wick, right? Because of the fact that, you know, you have that momentum. So technically speaking, you could have got out at the top of that wick, come back in here, and then essentially what you do is you place your stop like right here basically, and then try and run this one up again, because you know that this is going to probably fill this wick over here, or at least over to this level here. So what you do is you map out this and you say, okay, this is the top part of where I think we're going to go, and then this is going to be my stop right over here, and I'm going to try and catch as much as I can in the next half hour up into this level here. And you'll find that it may work to your advantage at that point. But your stop is super tight, so what you're doing is you're not losing anything really from your previous trade, because this is just a bonus trade. Because the idea is, once again, you got out of the trade over here, and now you just got back in over here, but you don't want to lose what you just made. So you just want to use that as a bonus, and then try and peg off these wicks over here and say, hey, if we can get up to that level again. And usually for the most part it works, because this candle this candle still bullish. You have bullish here, right? This was a booby trap candle, so you know you're still trying to aim for the upper portion of that area.
That's a good way of looking at it. I never thought about that with the pullbacks.
Yeah.
And just like, obviously, because I closed 10, I could have done a similar thing on that drop back then, which I looked at, but then I thought, yeah, it makes sense, because if you're only losing, say, 2 or 3 pips of what you've made, then
yeah,
worth it.
But the idea is your upside can be a lot more, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
because there's no reason here, like this candle, you know, it hasn't told you that now all of a sudden we're going to drop, right? Because ideally what you would have want to see with this candle is this body here go below this area here, and then you would said, okay, fine, we're dropping, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting one.
Yeah. So it's just something to keep in mind.
Morning, Juve.
Hey, Juve.
Raja, I heard the Raptors have a ring for you waiting.
Who's Raptors?
The Toronto Raptors. I heard they have a special championship.
Raptors are dead after that guy left.
No, they're
dead.
Giving you a ring for the stream.
Yeah, Raptors. I told my buddy that I'm gonna bet against every Raptors game and make money. Till they are in the.
It really doesn't matter if you guys suck. You already won the championship. So
yeah,
they got the rings.
One is better than none.
Yeah, these. Yeah. I think the players of Raptors are just riding the winning hype with these new contracts, and after a couple of years when they realize they suck again, they'll just stop riding the hype. That's my analysis for Raptors.
It wasn't the most exciting game last night, was it?
It was exciting, actually. It went down like to the last overtime.
The last quarter when the overtime was good, but up until there it was a bit.
Ooh, if I would have kept my buy stop, it would have been activated with the spread by now, and I'll be like, yeah, shit, I don't know what to do now. Well, I would have closed it, but if I was a new trader, I'd be like, shit, my buy stop got activated. Now what? Now what? Now what? Oh, my eyes. Alex, what is this? Alex, can you see this? Alex P. Alex P is watching what I see, so... yeah, exactly, huh?
Right, man.
Little bugger. Oh, gold is dropping. Wow, Ted was right.
It's in a nice range gold right now, off that 1492, 1491.
Yeah, it's like perhaps a new level.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Ted, you got to start selling merch, man. Nice tight white tee, that's it. That's a strong move.
Looks like it's closing back in the range.
To be honest, it doesn't make sense, that move, but
No,
we'll let it do what it does. I mean, we're not in the trade anyways.
No. I wouldn't expect it to go that far.
I do like GJ going up a little bit now. I'm starting to watch that where Raja was pointing out his buy stop.
Yeah,
I do like that. I do like that.
Forming higher highs to 39.
Yeah, it seems like it's a very good structure. So I mean, you could probably top out with GJ at like 920, where I think Raja was talking about. I think it does make sense. If this continues to go bullish, I think there's a good opportunity to fly.
Yeah, it does make sense. I'm just so concerned about what's going on right now, whether they're going to get some kind of news out, because there's no time scale on when the EU can grant
say something.
What's it called? The extension, which they're going to grant.
Right.
They haven't actually said, right, you can have an extension until then. Yes, that's just talk. But
okay.
at any single point, you don't know when that could happen, when they've actually confirmed it. So I can still see the positivity coming now, but I'm just so concerned that could come at any time. Like now, it could be in tomorrow, you know. Don't know. But it's kind of, everyone's aware that it's going to happen. So
right, okay.
But until they've actually confirmed it and they said, right, you can have a deal now, extension to, I think they were looking at January the 31st. I don't know what's going to happen. But obviously, if we can get the discussions, at least they passed the deal yesterday, which was a good thing. So if they can agree on the time scale, then we can actually get it finished before January. They could still potentially get it done by the end of the month. So it's a bit of a push, though. One of the MPs said to Boris, his wife spent longer looking for a new kitchen than trying to pass a deal that changes the future economy in the UK. Yeah, that cracked me up. Yeah, but that's the only thing that puts me off right now with GJ. That does make sense, though.
Yeah, I just closed 11 pips.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I'll just...
TJ was quick, up to 800. I just went from...
it's done quick, actually. I'm just looking now.
Yeah, I just went from 704 to 817. I'm like, I'll take that. It's a 5-minute candle. The 5-minute candle, if you look on the 5-minute chart, it just pulled back all the way down from the previous 5-minute. So I just had a buy stop just above the previous 5-minute candle, and it just flew up. So I'm like, I'll take that.
Perfect. Well, it's kind of using all that to the left as a support then, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it was just bouncing off on the 5-minute. So I figured that when you look at the 5-minute candle, there's a whole bunch of traffic right at like 8:35. 139, 835, and I'm like, well, we're probably gonna get there, and then like 900 was a good target, but I'm like, I'll just take the 10 pips there.
Didn't expect it to happen that quick. That's a good shout.
Yeah, I think the next 5-minute candle will go a little bit harder now.
Yeah, no, I can't hit him.
Well, that's the problem. Like when you look at that, like what Raja put there, that was perfect because the timing made sense as well because it was the new half-hour candle, and like we always say, GJ, usually the last half of the hour gives you the continuation move, like the push-up. So that was
that makes sense.
Seemed like a very good setup.
And he went away as well, didn't he? Did he leave his buy stop?
Yeah, he closed it.
Oh, did he? Did you leave a runner?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Yep. I said the 5-minute candle was gonna do.
Yep.
Stupid crap. I'm curious, which broker did you use before opening your own? I used IC Markets before they closed everything. Yeah, there's 900 as expected.
Yeah, that's a good shout, man.
Connor, close your trade.
Stop it, done it, stop it.
If you hit 900, you should have closed your trade, or 890 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So he did it. Excellent job.
Well done.
Raja's not in front of the computer, so we can't look at anything except gold. Yes, GJ's moving, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, GJ with it very well. So I was watching that all morning until I got transfixed with gold. So I should have really paid attention to the bottom.
You know what? I was looking at it since like last hour at like 139, 525 actually.
Yeah.
I was like, because the thing is, I mean, there was obviously the 700 level that needed to break, but if you were savvy enough, you could have taken from 586 up to like 675, 700 at that point.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, from last hour, and then what you would have done is if you'd gone into the half-hour charts, the 30-minute at 7:30 created support at 139.485. So you could have grabbed the 8 o'clock half-hour, and then now this one that's currently moving, and then ideally you fill up basically to like 139.920.
Yep,
which was close enough because I think we tapped 139.890. So I mean, GJ plus or minus 2 or 3 pips. That's usually the error. The margin for error with GJ is plus 2 or 3 pips.
Yep. No, there's a few entries there actually. Looking at it.
Yeah.
15 and 30. You can see that. Yeah.
And like gold right now, I mean, that rejection now on the 30-minute here. So this is actually pretty interesting. So you've got 2 plays with gold right now. So basically you can say, okay, this is a zone. Actually, let me get a better color here. What you can say is that this here is a zone, and we're tapping into that. So what you'd want to do is you'd probably want to place sells below here, and you would want to buys above here on the basis that if we do reject, then this will fill all the way down to this level here. But if we are going up, like you said, we're going back up to 14.95. So that's your optimal trade. And I think that makes the most sense when you're looking at gold right now is, you know, get out, don't trade within this range, try and break out of that range and choose a direction.
Yeah, makes sense. It'll put me off on GJ. So when you're on 30, well, I suppose it's on an hour as well, actually. No, 30-minute more. It was kind of the big wicks that I was getting previous to where you.
Yes, that was that was something I looked at. But as soon as this 30-minute candle broke above like 695, I thought we'd probably have a clear path up to like 800, 900. So
yeah,
that was my rationale for taking that trade.
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah.
Bitcoin just died a horrible death. Oh, Bitcoin did. Holy cow!
Where did it go?
It's at 7,500 now, US. Lost $600 or whatever.
Quick, buy loads more. Cool.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh yeah, bloody hell. Blame Brexit. There you go. Got this big jump.
Holy moly, that was only a 1 30-minute candle.
I want to learn in I'm new, where should I start? Yes, Uncle Ted answered. So just watch every video. You know, a lot of people message me saying, hey man, I've watched almost all your videos. Oh, GJ went up.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Damn.
Good move.
That would have been a nice buy stop then.
It would have.
And I know you would have taken profit right at the top of that wick.
Right at that, yeah, 10 pips.
Trust me.
Well, I did it. I took your trade for you.
Oh,
nice. He did. Like we were saying, that New York might be pushing up.
Yeah.
Because of that 4-hour support.
Well, at least we gave a profitable trade today. There was a buy stop. Whoever took it.
Yep.
Well, the gold one kind of was. But you just closed a little bit early, didn't you?
Gold was just a bastard today.
Gold, yeah, gold's doing the same thing that it did the other day. I think in the next half hour you might find that it's gonna pop again for no specific reason. What's this? I'm not touching gold.
Yeah, GJ was the trade here. See this? When our candle, it closed at that support, and then we waited for this to, but then I had a buy stop to be safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I took a position at 704.
Oh, nice.
And then I wrote it to 817.
Yeah, by the time I finished talking about Brexit, it was done.
Yeah.
He said, yep, I just took 11, 12 pips. I was like, oh.
Has trading improved? People have this wrong idea about if they watch a number of webinars, if they read PDFs, their trading is going to improve. Man, I know so many people who have watched God knows how many webinars and their trading is still at the same level. The only reason why is because over trading, over leveraging, over risking, trading with a very small account. You know, when you start with a very small account, you want to be disciplined. It doesn't make sense because if you're grinding a $100 account, it's not going to work out. I mean, it's just not.
And you know, I was gonna say, like, no matter how many webinars or PDFs, if you don't apply that information to your trading, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, man. Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
But you're used to doing it.
Yeah, I think, like I said, there's a fear of making a mistake. Just from teaching like over 1,000 people and working with 1,000 people during the day. The biggest thing that you can do as a trader is make mistakes. The more mistakes you make and the more you're honest with yourself, the easier trading becomes. I think that's the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway that people need to understand is just really be honest with yourself. You're doing something that's extremely difficult. The misconception is because you see candles on a chart that it's very easy because, you know, you can identify, oh, look, this, you know, this candle over here, it went bullish. So next time I'm going to buy, right? And you know, you sort of look at that and you say, that's not all to it. I mean, to get to this point, to realize like exactly what Raja did was like, you know, buy stop above this level. To get to that point, there's so much more knowledge to this than it is just, oh, well, you know, we're going up, so I'm taking a buy. Like it because there's a lot of times where, you know, people would have turned around and said, oh, this is a sell because, you know, we rejected over here, or oh, this is a sell, right? And you know, if you're not able to turn around and tell the story, that's going to hurt you. And I think that's the biggest takeaway with trading, is always look at trading as you're telling a story. And does the story make sense that you're trying to tell? And if at any part of that story there's some sort of doubt, then don't execute on that story. And as you get stronger as a trader, your stories become more compelling, and it becomes easier for you to execute because you've just seen it before. You know how the story's going to end, right? You know that this candle's going to go up. There's no hesitation. But when you're first starting out, you're trying to get a lay of the land and really take that time to just be gracious and just absorb information. I mean, a lot of people are coming with no finance background, no work background, and there's people trying to make it trading, and there's no reason why you can't. But you also have to understand that, man, if you're going to the gym and you've never worked out before, you can't just go lift 300 pounds. It'd be nice to do it. It looks pretty, but it's not going to happen. And maybe, like I say to a lot of people, maybe you top out at only lifting 150 pounds. And maybe the 150 pounds is good enough. It's the same thing with trading. Maybe you never get to 20 lots or 30 lot size trades. Maybe you're just happy with 5 lot trades, and every day you make $2,000 or $1,500, and you're happy. Like it's gonna come. You're gonna define what trading is for you, and that's the biggest step to your success, and the biggest key to your success is defining what trading means to you, and what limitations you have, ones that are controlled and ones that are uncontrollable, right? Like if you have a shitty living situation, that's an uncontrollable part of trading that is going to affect you negatively. So you have to understand how to adapt to that. If you have lots of money, then maybe it's going to be easy for you to trade because, you know, you're going to put like 50,000 in an account. You know, you'll turn around and trade like a 10 lot trade, make $2,000 a day, and you'll be like, trading's easy because all I'm doing is executing one trade. If you have a $500 account, you know, and you don't believe that making $5 or $10 a trade is profitable, you're going to have a little bit more of a struggle. You know, and you need to understand that, but really make it your own. And the biggest thing that you can do, and I can't stress this enough, is, man, if you suck, it's okay to suck. Like just realize it's okay to be bad at trading. It's okay to lose like 10 trades in a row if every trade that you've taken a loss on, you've understood why that loss happened, and you make a note and you say, I'm not going to do that again. Because when you first start out, you don't know what the most opportune trades are or the best opportunities. You have to be able to feel that out, and you're going to make a lot of mistakes in the beginning. And that's why I tell people, if you're going to trade on a demo account, trade as much as you can. Like trade pairs that you normally wouldn't trade. Just look at the market. You know, I always used to play the game, guess the direction of the market. When I was at work, when I was working before I quit my job after, you know, started to trade full time, what I would do is in the morning, like as I was walking to work, getting into the office, I would look at a chart, whether it's UJ or USD CAD, and I would say, okay, what is the price right now? And I would go through like 3 or 4 time frames because we were always trading off the higher time frames, and I would say, okay, I believe USD CAD is going to go to 131,500. And I would mark that down on my phone, in my notes page on my phone. And then at lunch, I would come back and I would see, did we hit that? Did we hit that? If we did, then my analysis was right, the one I mapped out as I was walking towards work. If I was wrong, I would then examine that over lunch as I was eating, and I would look at all the different ideas of why it was wrong. Was it my timing? Was there news? Was there different events? Just kept it very simplistic. Because what that allowed me to do is there was no pressure
but I held myself accountable because I wrote the number down. And I didn't try and fool myself to be like, oh no, it wasn't 131,500. I only meant 131,400. No, it had to be that number because I was practicing as if it was a real life scenario every single time. And that is how I became better, because I wasn't executing, but I was keeping myself accountable. I had to make sure that, you know, when I wrote down the number, if I lied to myself, it wasn't benefiting. But I didn't have anyone to report to. I didn't have to show anybody that's what I was doing. It was my own little game that I played. And I liked it because I could trade but not trade. And I could then examine things. And I didn't have to go look at the charts every 5 minutes. I would just return back and I would say, oh, that trade was bad or that trade was good. Because then when I executed live, it was the same idea. I was using the same methodology because I understand that I am one person in the market and the market is not against me. The market is not looking for me to come online and take my money. Like, the market's not looking to do that. So the market is objective and I'm being objective with the market. And when you do that, you're going to find that you're going to have better results, because as soon as you start saying, oh, well, you know, the market's hunting my stop, I didn't even know anything about that when I started trading. I just said, okay, well, if all the big candles, the major time frames are going up, price has to continue up. Like, it just made sense to me, right? And where would it continue? It'd probably continue looking left, where probably a region that it returned to previously, you know? And it's just, when you do that, the more often you do it, the better off you feel. And you know, back testing, I didn't use a simulator when I back tested. All I did was I went into the charts and I looked at where I was trading, like the times that I was available to trade, and I would look through the charts on a particular pair and I would look for the big moves. And if the big move was there, I would say, how would I be able to catch that move next time? And I would look at the time, I would look if there was news, I'd look at the overall trend, and I was prepping myself, because then I would start to see the same thing over and over again. And it had nothing to do with me executing. It was me experiencing the market and me saying, okay, like 80% of the time, this is what happens at this time. I have to be prepared for that. And if you do that, you know, you're gonna find it's gonna be a lot easier for you, and you're gonna enjoy trading a lot more, because it becomes a game, but it's a game of what's the word? It's a strategy game. You're not gambling anymore. What you're doing is you're trying to win at strategy, saying what makes the most sense and how am I able to turn around and execute and take advantage of the market that way. And it doesn't cost you anything. It costs you your time.
Rakeel, can you do me a favor? Can I ask you, I see a 4-hour fake out. Can you go to GCAD 4 hour, please? And the 68,500 zone on the 4 hour on GCAD. 68,500 zone. And then it broke out of that little support there on 68,500. No, on top of the next board. Yeah, no, below those. Like that little, there you go. So it broke out of that and it's closing back in the range to me.
Yeah, okay, I see it.
You see it?
Yeah, because I was looking at it like this.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it like the other way we just had it.
Because if you look at like this,
yeah, it makes sense there for the 30 minute, for the 1 hour and 30.
For this to close above, then you can say we're going up.
And since we look left, that big long candle, we should fly all the way up there, hopefully.
Yeah, so I mean, this 30 minute now, you need it to close above all these here to the left, so that you can say, okay, okay, since the 4 hours doing whatever magic, right? Then it would make, from the smaller time frame, would make sense for the higher time frame to continue. It's kind of like what happened on.
Man, that's a nasty rejection right there. Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of what happened on GJ.
Yeah, they're both moving the same way.
Yeah, I guess everyone was expecting this to go bullish, but it went bearish, and then see how this zone
was a fake out of a fake out.
Yeah. This was a bad area for trading. We decided that this morning.
goat shit area.
This was goat shit, yeah. And see, candles closed above 139. Man, if I wasn't so fixated on this dumb moves on gold, I would have gotten GJ buys at around 139,600.
That's what I was saying. Goldie coach, you've been taking a lot of golds lately.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, because this would have been a perfect trade.
Yeah, I've done exactly the same. To be fair, I was looking at gold.
And Rakeel, when we were just talking about GCAD, I love it because we both saw different things. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we get better. Because like I was like married to my zone, but then you made me realize like we see different things, and that's how you learn.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
like yesterday, Ted saw something completely different on GJ than I did.
Yeah.
And that was like after a long while we've had different opinions. Look at that gold rejection. Stupid.
And it's doing that higher highs.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's gonna fucking go up. If you have a buy stop at 1494, 1494 to 1495. That GJ candle closing, the engulfing one. Yes, exactly. So basically, what happened was that this was the support from Asian session. This was the range, broke down, retested it, came back down, then this kind of broke above back in this range. So now all we were looking for is support to be formed. So this was a good candle that closed bullish. This is what I look for to take trades. A candle to close bullish at support or bearish at resistance.
And then we would have entered on that candle, and the stop loss would have been that bullish candle before.
Yeah, stop loss would have been down here.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do a complete breakdown of this chart because I missed it.
Yeah, you weren't on screen, coach. You were somewhere else.
Yeah. No, my brain and heart was in GJ.
I mean in gold.
Gold, yeah, stupid idiot gold.
Yep. Gold just whips out again in the 5-minute candle.
Yeah,
I was just watching.
Man, from what I think, unless maybe I'm wrong, from what I'm seeing, unless you're like a quick scalper with gold like screws a lot of people if you're trying to like get a lot of.
Yeah, gold does moves where you're like, oh, where did that come from?
Yeah, exactly. If you're good with 10 to 8 pips on gold, because it's not really 8 to 10 pips, but you get what I mean? You're good, Can't be trying to hold that longer.
Yeah. I said now, just as an opinion from anyone, you see them areas I'm at with the boxes on the left, they're the bits that kind of concern me. If I was going to put buy stop in above the zone where we are kind of now, nearly, that's kind of an area it could project from. So that's not very many pips from there to there. Would you go above it and aim for the next one?
See, I'd be a little hesitant because then you run into
like 14, like 14.
So I was
okay. Yeah, because then you run into this whole zone right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is almost a 10 pip deep zone.
I was thinking somewhere like there. Look a bit.
Yeah.
Where that yellow bit is.
There goes gold.
I wouldn't like buy stops there though.
Not where that yellow line is?
Nope. No. I wouldn't like buy stops there at all. I would have had buy stops at 139, 720 where I had.
Oh yeah, I meant for the next play. Yeah. Sorry, not for like now.
Oh, next one I can't.
Pass the zone.
Yeah, I have no idea.
The problem here is with this trade right now with GJ, so your stop has to be relatively tight to the range that you're trading, because essentially you're going to fill this range, and then you want to say we're going to break this. The problem is if we don't break it, you're rejecting right away. So really, this is one of those trades where you sort of put your stop. Give me a second here. Like your stop would literally be like right here. Like this would be your stop for GJ, and your expectation would be more than likely to this level here. Like that's what you'd be trying to do. You tried to hit that, and you would have to literally be watching it on like the 5-minute charts as it started to move. So right now, like Raja's got on a 30-minute chart, that's perfect. And as this turned bullish, you would literally have to watch that on the 5-minute chart. And what you'd also have to watch is you'd have to watch this area here, that this doesn't suddenly just whip down. Like this your stop loss here, technically speaking, shouldn't be hit. Like if you see this driving down, technically speaking, you should just get out of the trade, because the range here is so tight, it doesn't make sense for you to say, hey, my stop is going to be like, I'm going to just let my trade go my stop. There will be telltale signs that this trade is not going to work out. GJ will pop, and then it'll drop back down. As soon as it drops past this, you got to get out. The reason why you're placing your stop here is obviously you want to let the trade breathe, but the other thing is too, for any sort of weird flash crashes or something like that, you don't want to get caught. Like this obviously would be your optimal stop. Like this right here would be an optimal stop loss area. But if GJ's moving, the idea is you're gonna go and you're gonna just have this push up probably to this level over here, essentially, give or take, and that's what's happening right now. And gold's moving as well.
So I was trying to make a play for after we were past that point where you just and I didn't know where that 4-hour part was. I didn't know whether to try and go above that, if that makes sense. Now for the next kind of 4-hour where it was a support previous to that. But
yeah, I mean, you can definitely do it.
Where the resistance is now as the support, kind of once you've seen it.
Right, because what will happen is you have to understand that you'll bounce into that zone, and if we don't break through it right away, you're just going to be, dancing around it. So it's just more the fact that, hey, you sort of have to watch how you react at that level, and then say, okay, I have to accept the fact that I might bounce into the zone and rip right back down again. That's sort of the problem. It's sort of like what happened with gold here, right? So gold, I had 1492 as a support, and you can see like we broke down this candle here, broke support, but it was only one candle, right? When you think about it, that's what screws people over, because they look at this one candle and they're like, oh, gold's going down now. It's like, no, it's one candle. We just dipped deeper into sort of the liquidity. And basically now when you look to the left, where do we tap? Right there. So now as a trader, what you can do is now you have solved the mystery here. How deep is my zone? My zone is this deep.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Right? So now I know that if I'm trading gold right now at this point, where do I have to place my stops? My stops have to be below this zone. And then you say, well, Ted, that's stupid. It's too low. Correct. It's 100% exactly right that it's too low to have stops. So what do you have to do? You now have to wait as a trader and say, okay, when we leave this area here and I start to see candles forming that are forming above this zone, so like this candle, I can start taking trades on the anticipation of going up now, because what's happened is, like we always say, the little man showed up to the table, right? This is your man. He dipped his foot into the pool. It's hot, and now he's leaving, right? But how far did he dip his foot in? He dipped it in pretty deep, right? But you as a trader can't have a stop loss this deep, and then basically 1491 to 1489. That's like 30 pips. Well, you can if you want, but then think about it. 30 pips, you need at least that's going to be a larger stop at that point, right? Or a larger take profit. And does that make sense? And this is where people make mistakes when they're trading, is they look at stuff like this and they're like, oh, okay, well, Ted said take a trade, go up. And it's like, no, because look how close you are to this area here. There's not enough range. The range doesn't make sense, because unless you're going to hold this trade to like 1500 and potentially get stopped out over here, it doesn't make sense for you to take that trade, because we're sort of we're in a box, we're in a consolidation box essentially, bouncing around, and it's such a tight area. Now, if you got in over here as an example, then yeah, you ride up to this level here, and that's your trade, and you know that this is your stop. So that's the difference, right? This becomes your stop at this point, and then this becomes your take profit. So that's where you get a positive risk reward. The same thing is over here too. If you took a trade over here, you know that this is essentially your zone at that point because of this particular candle. And then what you're saying to yourself is, okay, once we get to this level here, or even this level here, I'm exiting my trade, and now I basically have no drawdown at that point.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Because now look what's happening. This candle's, being fuckery again. And where is it going? It's driving back into this zone right now, right? So now when you start looking at the charts, things are starting to make sense because you're like, hey, Ted just told me that this whole area is a zone. And it's like, yeah. So now that you know that it's a zone, you know that at any given time, this candle's going to drive right back down into it.
Yep.
Right? And it can go wherever it can go. But now when you see the rejection points, now you can plan trades. You can be like, hey, maybe I'll take a trade over here and I'll ride it up knowing that we're probably going to come back to this area over here if this continues rejection. But I'm not going to take a market order because we could dip all the way down and then I'm fucked. I'm taking a buy order, like a buy stop above this area, knowing that if we're going above this area here, that this candle right here is the catalyst for that move because we already grabbed liquidity. This is a final liquidity grab, and then we're going to rock it up. That's the move. And what you're doing is you're giving yourself enough room to breathe on the push up at that point, if that indeed is accurate. And then what you can do with that is you can take it one step further. You can say, okay, this is going to be my buy stop. Now I can place my stop loss right over here.
Yeah.
Or even here and say, listen, if we break below that again, I got to leave. Because my thought process is as soon as this candle here turns bullish, we're just going to fly up to 1495, and then I've basically got a 20 pip move. So this is your move up, and then essentially this is my stop loss. So you've got like a 10 pip stop loss, and you've got like a 20 pip or 30 pip move up.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
right. So that's how you would manage the trade at that point. If you believe that idea, it's just once again it's a very tough idea because of the fact that you're playing with fire with all these weird wicks happening.
Yeah. I'll see the process there. I'll see what you're saying. No, it makes a lot of sense. Appreciate that, Tim.
Yeah. Ooh, target hit.
Yeah, man.
Target hit, Rakeel.
Yep.
Damn, coach. Now you gotta say you could have taken the straight tomorrow.
Yeah.
No more marrying gold, coach.
Yeah. This morning I only had a GJ idea to go to 139,900, but I got distracted by gold.
And gold hasn't done shit.
Yeah, nothing.
Well, I managed to flip. Yeah.
I feel bad for
Ted,
letting
you got
these
out a while
people
ago, right?
Yeah, I got out at 800. I got out at 800. I'm stupid.
Don't say things like that. Blasphemy.
I was talking to someone about this morning too, that if it's rejecting the 4-hour support, strong support, it should break the minor time frame resistance. And this is something I learned from Ricardo. Like he talked about this once.
Makes sense, so simple, but it slips our mind.
Yeah, it makes sense too. Plus
you
also
even mentioned it on your webinars, the levels.
Yeah, and plus also the thing, I mean, was there any concrete decision made yesterday, or did they just say?
No, coach, nothing. Just straight shit, same old thing, vote, talk, everything. They're gonna have. Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, this means we can correct this move like half of the way at least.
I mean, the only positive was the fact that they actually said yes, they accept the vote of leaving. If that makes sense.
Right.
That's the only thing that's positive.
Oh.
But they said, well, whatever. I don't know. I just read so much. I'm like,
say it.
Say it.
Say it.
Yo, what was I gonna say? No, I was gonna say. Oh, I know. My favorite analogy of like those minor zones and like was Ted's when he said the level 7 boss with the level 1 boss. That's how I'll always remember it. Like I'll never forget that. So I know like my levels and my zones.
Makes sense.
GJ is so simple, nice, Vix don't lie. Yes, the thing is, if you look at the market structure on GJ, how beautiful and clean this was. It broke out, came down, closed bullish, went up. That wasn't the case with gold. I mean, gold almost had the same structure, went up, made a high at 1495, came down, kind of like made support, gold showed signs it's going to go up, but just didn't, you know. So, but the thing is, if you were fluid enough to put stops at break even when you win profits or take profits, you were safe. But if you're holding right now, draw down on gold, I mean, it's just, I hope Forex gods take care of you. But GJ, this was perfect. Beautiful structure. And these markups right here, these markups, they help a lot. To this one here, this one over here, this one over here. How many more? Oh, it's some trading plan. Oh, I got a lot of markups over here. Shit. Yeah. So now, if someone's holding a buy on GJ, and if you're holding, now if it breaks this resistance, you're in for a good trade. You know, and now you got to manage your trade. Now you got to see if you're gonna move your stops in profits, or are you gonna move your stops at break even. I think the good thing would be to move, I mean, if you can move your stop below this 30-minute candle, because if you want it to go up, you're expecting the next one to continue making a higher low and continue moving up. Because on the 5-minute, look at this. Came down, up, came down, up, came down, up. So if the 30-minute candle creates a higher low, that's going to be retracement on the 5-minute, just like this. And it's going to go up.
Looks like we're going to get a bit of positivity from the pound as well.
Positivity, yes.
Yes.
Relief.
Looks like the EU Council is going to give us the extension till the 31st of January.
Yeah.
But it's not confirmed yet, but looks as if they're discussing it now. Which means we can't leave with no deal, which is a bad thing for the pound.
Yeah. This
could be decided today, it says.
Just for curiosity, is your 4-hour candle open for gold and GJ different? Yes, because gold is a metal and the candle opens 1 hour after the currency pairs. That's why the gold open candles are different. Gold is banchod. Yes. If you're not careful, yeah. If you're not careful, that's what happens. Alright, what's on my schedule over here? Gym time. my break even with a tiny position, took 90% profit, so whatever happens, happens. I'd like to catch some pips today though. Let's go GJ. Let's go GJ, Alex Avalos. Man, Alex, you got a nice trade, man. Damn, 139, 730. 139, 730. Oh, those are pips. Man, you should be on the mic more. Seriously. Like people who can be on the mic, they have access to the mic, they're not on the mics. Man, you should be on the mics, man.
Some people are introverts though, cuz.
Alex is not an introvert. You met Alex. Alex?
Yeah, I know, but he likes to be like, you know, on the
secret.
Yeah.
Secret.
Don't worry, he'll come around.
Bro,
Once he start getting more
give him 2 fireballs and he's good, you know?
Tequila, no fireball.
Yeah, tequila, no fireballs. Ted, will you be on stream later? What's going on later?
I don't know.
Is there something happening?
Ted does a secret stream.
Yeah, I just did a secret stream.
Shit.
Well, maybe he thinks Instagram Live.
Ah.
I love people. They're like, how do we access the mic? It's really not that impressive. So.
Oh shit, this thing is moving up further.
Yep. I listened to your advice, Rakeel.
Well, I jumped back in at 76, so.
Oh, nice.
I've managed to do 20 nearly. Oh, yeah, there
you go.
That's done.
Yay.
Well, this was the trade of the day today.
To be fair, I got in there this morning at 483.
Oh, yay.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Go, GJ.
Another 8 pips. Yay.
GJ.
Yeah, but now it goes up 8 pips and retraces like 7 in 1 second.
Tap.
That's the thing. I've gotten used to like GJ. Like now I'm gonna hold GJ, but like normally if I was trading GJ and it does like the 1 pip to 8 pip move in like 5 minutes, I'm out.
Yeah.
I learned my lessons a long time ago with GJ. There's no need to be a hero with GJ.
That's another gold jump back.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Tapped 140.
I mean, the hour candle on GJ, it could technically fill it could mirror the candle that had that massive drop yesterday.
Yes. It's just that bit to the left of that.
Yes. Yeah. Like if it goes past this level here, oh boy, we're going all the way up.
The only thing, 140 was super strong, wasn't it? Yesterday.
Yeah.
It was solid, that was, wasn't it? Only broke through there with the news, didn't it? If I remember.
Yeah. I think GJ will probably continue bullish for the rest of the day. Even the daily candle has flipped bullish now, and it's created that tail along the bottom. So technically speaking, we could fill right back up to the daily range over the next couple of days. Might find it might push all the way.
41s again.
Yeah.
Well, probably not. Well, yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is like your perfect scenario when you look at this candle here.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I like this because we tapped into here, and now this candle's just starting to barrel up. And next stop, this area right here.
Yeah.
I mean, what you can even say is you can start to peg it like maybe up to that point right there. But I mean, it just seems very, very strong.
Not need to come at 41 2 and with the voice stuff back in.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said too. It literally just got missed being activated, and I would have got like just destroyed.
Damn, I was so close.
Yeah, but it made sense because when you looked at the 4-hour range or you looked above the 4-hour, there was the fact that it was way in a new level. So I mean, it did make sense that was a heavy resistance area.
Yeah. Yeah, I did have a little bit of that. Oh, here we go, and then it's like straight back down. Oh, that was clever.
Yeah, GJ's gonna run a train now. I have my chart set to the daily candle.
The best thing would be if this is a whole range
yes.
between 139, 500, and
Yes.
141.
So I've set my once we get past like 15 pips on GJ, I'll set my charts to daily candle, because I'm watching a daily candle right now and it's doing exactly what I expected to do. So.
Yeah, nice bit of news.
Yeah, that's when it pops up like 50 pips and you're like, what just happened? Yeah.
Days, so you know, it's potential. Well, to be fair, that's moved a fair bit already, isn't it?
Yeah.
I lost a break even at 4. What was it? Yeah, 426 this morning. 0420. But not 426. Fuck. So I should have stayed in there.
Yeah, once it breaks above this resistance level, we're okay. Like once it gets into 140, we should be good.
Yeah, that's the only level.
It's just struggling at 140. It's really struggling right now. So there has to be something that'll pop it through.
This could be the 1 to 43 Ted.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. I'm like,
that's what I was like, you know what? This is the best entry I've had.
Yeah, because I'm basically back in the 139s again, which I said yesterday we would never get back to, and we did. So I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I can basically ride this all the way up back to 146.
Yeah.
146. 600 pips.
600 pips. That's going on today.
$800,000 move. That'll be an institution.
That'd be pretty good too.
Yeah, because literally, if you break the daily resistance, if we break 141,500 on the daily, and it goes,
solid.
It's all the way.
That's what I mean. I think with this deal, sorry, not the deal, the extension, once it's complete and they've given it as a guarantee that's going to happen, that gets rid of the fact that we're going to have no deal. So I think that would be a good positive. So that could be a little jump when that comes out this afternoon.
Or over the weekend again, right?
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll have another decision. Yeah,
decision over the weekend. Yeah,
they're working late now this week. They never work after a certain time, so they're staying late now till like nearly midnight and stuff talking. So that's a one-off. Obviously, doing Saturday just gone. I think they're going to do this Saturday again as well. So we'll see. I think, you know, we're all expecting a massive drop at the start of the week. That move down now is kind of that, isn't it? So it's kind of, it has moved massively from where we were.
Yeah, I mean, we did dip down to 139, 170, right?
It's a lot of pips.
So I mean, that is a decent move down, and I think that was, you know, now the recovery starts. I think, like I said, you have a huge move up to 141, 200, 141, 500. It's a massive move up. I mean, your first target should be around 140, 500. I think that's an easily achievable target with GJ.
Yeah. Especially on the forward.
Yeah, exactly. Like as soon as like the volume kicks in the next half hour or so, I mean, we should be taking off.
Yep.
Unless there's something negative with the news, but I mean, like you said, it should be okay.
I can't see it myself. The only thing, I don't know whether it would be a good or bad thing at the minute. Obviously, the talk and potential having an election now.
Okay.
Which.
Yeah, but that doesn't really change anything. I mean, elections happen all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't change back to the strength. I don't think at all.
Yeah, you might even get positive news from that, because at least then they're actually getting, you know, an official decision on everything. Like everything's getting corrected.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're in a good position.
Yeah, I think if you're in GJ now, you can probably hold it to 141. I think this could be a long-term trade.
Yeah, I was just looking at a better stop than where I am actually.
Yeah, this just the way the 4-hour structure is. There's a lot of movement.
Yeah.
And like you said, as soon as we crack sort of these levels here on the hourly, like once we get over here, then you're safe. You're moving quite nice.
It's kind of pretty strong. Yeah, I think we should highlight this now for next week.
Yep. Because I mean, essentially, this area here will be the target. Like, this is a great target to hit. So if you're in a trade right now with GJ, you're going to find that it's going to bounce here, get stuck a bit, do a little bit of dance over here, and then it'll continue. And support will more than likely be created, like right over here. There'll be a support created right over here. We may dip back down into the deeper part of that gray box, but support will be created, and we'll sort of keep moving up.
This is the exact kind of play of like where I was saying about putting a buy stop. Well, I mean now it doesn't matter, but because of where that support is there,
yes,
in between there and the next box, you've got really no place to put it. Really.
That's right.
Which is So yeah, back to 41s.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at EG today. Actually, if you looked at that.
No, I haven't looked at EG either. EG is dropping, so then that everything lines up accordingly.
Yeah, it's nice to see because that gives you good indications.
Yes.
And see if there's any good support on there that's going to hold it up.
Yeah.
Which is kind of about now, same time.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That was good. There's a lot of wicks on that daily.
I know. It was massive when we had that move up, which was crazy. And now it's all correcting that move back down.
Yeah, it's good.
I see all my old levels that I drew, and it's like...
You get that, yeah.
Yeah.
The gold a little while ago, and I was like, oh,
like, man, we called at 92, we could have sold off.
Because what we took, it was it 89, 800, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had 89, 131 as a level, and it literally just ran right through it.
Yeah, big time.
Like two candles just blasted right through.
Yeah. No, it's always good when you're right. Even the EG Weekly's made a nice pullback to come back, so yeah, it looks good.
GJ still looks bearish though.
Not on the daily.
Not on the daily. I mean, the daily only had one bearish candle, which was yesterday, that corrected the previous bearish move, or the previous bullish move. I think if you look at the higher time frame, everything still looks very bullish.
Because that's more of a news impulse move than a than a strength move, if that makes sense.
Ted, you did say it wasn't going back down to 137. Yep, it didn't. It dropped into 139 again, which is good. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, it was 37, he said. Yeah, so you're safe. You're right, man.
Yeah.
Someone's hungry. Thank God it's playing.
That's good. It's screwing everybody again.
Oh, it's mad. tell you what, I did well to time 10 pips out of all that mess somehow. I did it. Looking at it now, it's like, man.
Yeah, because it keeps bouncing off of 1492, 1491, and then just pulling back up. So it's almost like you got to get out of that hour consolidation.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to keep destroying everybody. That's the time where, like, you know, when you look at gold and you're like, it's not in a good way to trade.
Yeah, not today.
Then that's when you move over to like another pair that you're more comfortable with and be like, hey, this is structure make more sense over here.
All right, maybe it's just going to push direct to 95 this time.
Yeah. Well, I think there might just be that's the problem. Like there might be, it'll just push right to 95 and reject again. But the thing is, how could you have got that move? Because you would have had the whole, like this 15-minute candle just ripped up like 30 pips in you know, like literally 2 5-minute candles.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's why you can't kick yourself for not being
right.
There's no way.
Yeah, it's impossible to take that trade. Like anyone who took that trade, I mean, all the power to you, but it just doesn't make.
Or coin flipping and analysis.
Right.
Oh, that's a lot bigger move. There you go. 95 dead on.
Oh no! There you go. Now it broke out of it. There goes gold.
On point today.
Yeah. If you survived a 40 pip drawdown, you would have gotten to 1495.
Yeah, watch it come straight back now.
Yep.
Here it comes. Oh.
Yeah, and they're back into 1494.
It was, oh, mate, so, oh no. As interesting as this is, I'm going to have to get off because I've got to go pick up.
Alright.
Have a good afternoon.
Yeah, have a good day.
Cheers, guys. See you in a bit.
Yep. Everything's just moving along. Yeah, if you look at GJ on the 15-minute, it's starting to create a little bit of support there, so that might help us move up. And seems like the 30-minute candle created a wick now. Hopefully we get a little bit of a pop. Hour is still bullish. We need another hour candle go bullish, break above a little higher, and we should be good. I think he should be able to get to 140 very shortly. Hoping there's a news event that gives us 141, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, gold is stuck in that range, and that's what happens with gold. It could range for weeks, or it could range for, you know, obviously a couple of days with gold, and gold will just sit back and bounce around in that range. So it's something to keep in mind when you're looking to trade gold. That's why it's very difficult to trade. Excuse me, because it could be stuck in ranges, And this is where you lose your account, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to force a trade that doesn't exist. And that is something that you want to avoid as a trader. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you see a whole bunch of hourly wicks that look like this. It's not very conducive to good trading conditions. So you just move on. You have your second trade, your second pair that you focus on, and you work on that pair. And when gold trends a little bit better, you jump back into gold. That's all. Gold and GJ are probably the two hardest pairs to trade. They're not recommended for beginners. I think you should look at your charts and find pairs that have nice, simple moves. UJ has easy moves. USD CAD is very easy. Things like that move nice and structured. You know, you don't have to worry about big impulses. If there's, you know, with, say, for example, with UJ, if you're in the wrong direction, you're not going to get punished so much. Where GJ can move down, you know, 5 or 10 pips within a minute and you get punished, UJ will move a little bit slower. Did you go to the Raptors opening last night? How was it? It was great. I have season tickets, so I try and go as much as I can. And that's why I said I'm going to do the giveaway, so that I could bring someone as my guest, and then we can sort of sit during the game, we can watch the game, have a good time, and then you can sort of ask questions, shoot the shit, stuff like that. Just because everyone's always trying to see me or meet me, so it's like I'll do some sort of giveaway. I'll do more than likely what I'm going to do is it'll be probably like a food drive or something like that. What I'm going to get people to do is make a donation to the food bank, because that's one of the places I support, and then get people see how they can do with their, see how creative they can get. That's going to be sort of what I'm going to do, is I'm going to get people like on Instagram, you know, whoever can sort of be the most creative in the way that they donate to the food bank in their region. You know, maybe people are international and they want to fly in for the night. I don't know, but I'm going to do something like that. I think it's important, and that'll bring awareness. So like, I'll make you post it on your page how you did it, you know, sort of why you're doing it, stuff like that. Make a little video or something, and then see who get people to vote on it, the most creative, and then I'll take them to the game. I mean, it sucks, but you might have to find your own transportation there, unless you want me to pick you up. And then, yeah, we'll just have a good night, watch the game and stuff like that.
You can tag me, but at the same time, don't look for me to respond much. Do your builds. If you complete it, do it again. You know what I'm saying? Keep on doing it so I can see your consistency. Do your builds. You know what I'm saying? You can tag me, but at the same time, don't look for me to respond much. Do your builds. If you complete it, do it again. You You know what I'm saying? And keep on doing it so you can. So,
Keep on trading them all. Keep on doing it.
Yeah, no, well, my tickets are row 19. They're not like at the bottom because I can't get better than that right now. When I hopefully every year they'll give me an upgrade so I can get further down. I want to get to row like 5 or 6, and then I'll be happy at that point. But yeah, so that's sort of what I'm gonna do, and then I'll pick a date. I'll pick a couple of dates actually. I'll probably do 2 games. I'll do 2 giveaways.
Whoa.
Before 2020, and then I'll do a couple maybe afterwards in 2020, like in the February March time, and then we'll do some stuff there. I don't know what the game will be. It'll just be more of a random night because some of the games are already spoken for. Obviously, I'm going to like the Clippers game with people, stuff like that. I mean, I love everybody, but I don't love you guys that much. So it might just be like a game that, you know, no one really spoke, like I didn't really give out yet to somebody who wanted it, and then we'll do that. So. Please show me how a trading view link. Well, I think on that video it tells you, right? Yeah. Richard?
Yes, Richard. It tells you there.
Oh, silly question, but totally relevant. What if you don't have Instagram? Well, good question, Hannah. I don't know. Okay, so maybe I'll figure out another way to do it. What I want to do is I wanted people to create awareness, and I wanted people to get out of their comfort zone and maybe get their friends to make donations on their behalf. You know, and I don't expect people to break the bank. I mean, when I do when I do the free course here in Toronto, like last year I did it, and I'm going to probably try and do it again this year. It was more of like make a donation to the food bank, like bring in a can, like bring in 1 can or bring in 2 cans. Like it'll cost you like $1. You can buy craft dinner for like 75 cents or $1.50. Some people brought in a lot, like some people brought in like $20 worth of stuff, right? And then some people didn't bring any, and then I was like, you have to leave. And then they looked at me weird, but then I was like, no, I'm just joking, because that guy covered you. So it was funny. I remember people were coming in, they're like, oh, I forgot my food item. I'm like, well, I guess you're gonna have to leave. And then they're like, no, it's like someone already brought in like 6 cans, so it covered your can. So you were able to cover. Someone else covered you out of their graciousness. Ted, remember the Tom guy you spoke the other day on Insta Live? He turned out to be a scammer. Oh, okay, cool. No, lots of scammers in the world. But yeah, so what I'll try and do is I'll try and figure out a way that everyone can participate, but it's going to be a donation. I want people to make a donation, and I want them to advertise that they're making a donation so that it spreads awareness for everybody else around them, or that people are following them to do something good for something else, because you never know that if that good item, you know, will, you know, how it reciprocates to somebody else. So I think that's sort of the goal. Where are we from? We're from Ontario, Canada. I was thinking last night, like I would make people write like sort of like an essay on why they deserve to hang out for the evening, but then I was like, I'm not that important.
Write an essay.
It just sounds so stupid, like to have somebody write something like that. Tell me why you deserve to do this. It's like, no, I'm not that important. It's just I want you to do something good, and then you'll get something good in return. I think that's important. essay. Start with a thesis, your hypothesis, and give me supporting facts. Give me 3 arguments to say why you're a good person, and then draw up a conclusion. And it has to summarize your thoughts and give me a relevant answer, and then pose a question at the end. Just like back in university. You have to research a thesis. Hannah said, can I submit an essay just for fun? I think Hannah enjoys herself too much. Write essays. Yeah, I think it's important. You know, the thing is, yeah, Canadians like maple syrup. It's good. I think the reason why I do stuff like this is because I want to try and set a positive example. I think a lot of people just think that, yeah, you know, if you're successful, you know, that you just live a different life. But I think it's important that you set an example, because then you can influence others to do good as well. And it doesn't mean that you go above and beyond your means, but it's just the conscious effort of doing something of that good for someone else, right? You know, like when I ask people to do like a canned food donation, like it's only costing you $1 or less, right? So like technically you're not having coffee that day, but you don't realize the impact that has on someone who has no food at all, because more than likely you're not around somebody who doesn't have any food, right? Like if you're at home, or you know, you live with a roommate, or whatever your living situation is. I mean, if you have a phone, or you're on you know, you're on this YouTube stream, chances are you have enough money for internet and cable, so you probably have enough money for food, otherwise you wouldn't have internet. You don't realize the impact you have on just donating $1 or $2 to the food bank. The problem is people don't they don't see that impact, or they don't realize what they can do. And you know, people with good influence like myself, I recognized that last year. Like when I did the donation, literally I was bringing food into the food bank, and like my car was full, and the guy looked at me and he's like, what is this? I'm like, it's just, I do a course, and you know, I taught people how to trade. And they're like, this is amazing. They're like, you're just like one group? I'm like, yeah. They're like, wow, this is incredible. I said, yeah. I said, you know, and I matched all the donation as well, with the food drive. But it was good because like, if you're not there every day, and you're not seeing the food bank, and you're not meeting the people in the food bank, or any sort of organization like that, you don't really understand the impact. And I was ignorant to that as well, until I started doing this a couple of years ago, to realize that, man, you bringing in like $100 worth of food is huge. Like, you don't realize that. Like, I think last year we brought in like $500 or $1,000 worth of food to the food bank last year. That was huge, because my trunk was full. Like, I almost had to almost push my seats down. That's how much food we had. And you know, you start to see that there are people out there that, you know, have the ability, but they're just not doing it. And you sort of question why they're not doing it. And like I said, I don't expect people to break the bank, but man, giving away $1 or buying one can and just bringing it in, if 100 people do that, that's 100 cans of food for, like, you know, 20 families basically. You know, so it's it just does make sense. I look at that. I remember you used to trade UJ a lot. Don't you trade it anymore? Nope, we don't. Is it advisable to trade maximum 2% of capital per trade? Take me through your thought process and why you enter 3 entries with the same lot size and one setup. Isn't that risking like 6%? Yes, it is. And the idea would be then you would have to adjust your 2% for 3 trades if that's what you're going to risk 2%. So if you're going to risk 2%, you would divide up each of your trades into like 0.8, I guess, as that, like, so you get like a total of 1.1 or 0.6, so you get like 1.8% basically. That's what you'd want to do. And there goes gold. Are you in GJ, Ted? Yes, I am in GJ. I will be holding GJ for a while. So I re-entered at 900. So we'll see how we do it. I think we should be able to go to 140, almost basically 141. So I'm going to try and hold this pair for a very long time. Uncle Ted, have you been to Sweden? Nope. It is my pleasure to invite you out for a banger night if you do visit. I appreciate that. Not sure how far above the resistance to put a buy stop. Adil, I don't know what pair you're trading, what time frame, or what your plan is. So really, nobody can answer that question except yourself. So you need to post a chart and you need to explain your idea on a piece of electronic paper, which is the screenshot that you write up. It's New Year's Eve. Deal, you still need to post a chart. Good morning. Are you using order flow or market profile? We're using everything. I don't know how it all works, but that's what you see on the charts. That's what we're using. My question to people who use order flow and market profile is, how do you do that in a decentralized, unregulated environment? That's my question, FX level. So if you could type in your answer to that, I would be very interested to hear, because I think that's something that I struggle with, is trying to figure out how people can talk about order flow on a decentralized market when we don't have access to all data points. So maybe you've solved that equation for us. I would appreciate insight.
Alright guys, I Don't know if you guys want to stay on, but I'm gonna head off.
Okay. Have a good day, sir.
Perfect.
Let us continue this magical voyage tomorrow.
Awesome. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much, Rega. Take care, man.
UJ going up, gold going up. Who's lying? Well, when markets start lying, what do? You go home and you're like, market, I don't want to talk to you no more. And you just close the charts. So take care, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.